always injured than you.
Like fact,
It's something new too.
If you go to the gym, you've had back pain.
yeah, maybe like from a back day.
You've never like picked up a weight wrong.
No,
felt it in your
you
back.
need to put on some weight, yo.
You're flinging around baby weights then.
I'm not flinging around. I try to lift heavier than you, Tresor.
Oh,
Tresor, I can definitely lift heavier than you.
In what? On the bottom half? Yeah, I'll give you that.
I can bench heavier than you. I've been rugby for like 6 years. I weigh more than Tresor.
When was the last time you
matter.
hopped on a bench press?
I bench press, not often, but I do at the gym.
All
You're
right.
not doing more than a
I'm
plate.
not even gonna entertain
What? A
this.
45? I'm
doing a
doing
plate.
more than. What do you mean?
You're not
45?
bench pressing a plate.
You're benching more than 135.
For reps?
You bench a plate, Zoe?
You guys think I can bench press 245s? One on each side?
No.
I would be willing to bet everything I have.
Yeah.
I would be willing to bet everything I have that you can't do that. Seriously, there's no chance. Yeah, no. The bar alone, like, weighs.
You throw 245s on that bitch with the Olympic bar?
I'm so confused. You guys think that I can bench press a 45 and a 45 on each side?
45 pounds?
On an
Yeah.
Olympic bar,
Oh,
that's
wait,
45
sorry.
pounds.
Did you mean 2 plates on each side?
No, one on each side.
Even one on each.
Even one on each
I'm
side.
still not believing
How
it.
many?
still.
said 245 like on.
No.
Not
I'm just not getting it.
135.
Just a girl.
You're not getting it. I don't know that you could
reps?
get it off the rack.
I'm getting it off the rack.
I can
don't
see that.
know.
I can see you getting it off the rack.
But,
sure.
but how much push-ups can you do?
Like before, like I'm crying.
Confidently. Like just confident.
Can you do 20 without breaking form?
If you
No.
can't do 20 push-ups, there's no way you're benching 45s.
Facts.
45 plates? That's not that heavy.
And the bar's 45
Okay.
too. So that's 135 in total.
How many benches you're doing as well.
All right.
Like, there's no way you're a woman
no
with a
chest.
chest day.
Yeah, you know.
Don't strike me
Women
as a
don't
woman with a
really
chest
work
day.
on their chest. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you could do that.
I think you're just underestimating
And
how
much a
heavy
45
that actually is.
I'm actually gonna test it. I'm gonna
What's
test
your
it.
gym split?
What do you mean?
See?
Oh, like do I do like upper body? No. Okay, hold on, wait. So I do 2 lower body days.
Okay.
1 full body, and then 1. I usually go 5 days a week. 2 like back and arms and abs.
So have you ever done a plate?
Yeah, but I've done 2 45s or 1 45 before.
You've done okay.
Because I'm confused. 'Cause we used to have to bench press to make the rugby team.
Oh, wow.
And we used to bench press. I'm almost positive it was 45 on each side.
The whole team?
I don't
Yes.
know.
I'm almost positive.
In high school?
Just a 15-year-old girl.
In high school, like grade 10, it was a big deal if you were
Yeah,
clean
I
and
was-
plates.
I felt nice.
It was a
Yeah,
big
no,
deal.
but guys were doing more plates than us for sure.
So the
If you were doing 2 plates in high school as a boy, you were
A guy.
you were
You were a
So the
specimen.
You were one of them.
high school girls
You were one
rugby
of them.
team was what is that? 185?
No.
135.
So the high school girls rugby team was benching 135.
Guys, I'm honestly.
Nah, this
I
is
think, I think you're
I think
confusing
you're
it with the
20, maybe 25.
plate.
I think you're thinking 25. Yeah.
Yeah.
25. I believe you.
Yeah.
Can do,
25 you
for
could probably do.
Yeah.
If you're especially if you're
45?
strong, you could do 25. But 45, no, I don't.
I
think so.
vividly remember us having to bench press 2 plates, and I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they're 25.
They're
but
probably-
It may not have been
They
an
were
Olympic.
black.
May not be an Olympic bar though.
I mean, it doesn't help. Yeah.
We can resolve this. Next time you go to the gym and you do your full body there or whatever,
Do 45?
start with
Try a 45.
start
Try
with
a 45.
one
But my
plate
thing is,
and then a
if I
45 on
have
each
a
side.
45 and 45 dumbbell,
Yeah.
Right.
I can do that. But I guess you add the bar.
You have to add the bar.
It's 45 pounds the bar.
But it's not that like maybe I don't know.
It is
A lot.
But
45
it's-
pounds a lot.
That
It's a
goes
lot.
from like what? Like
10 pounds is a lot.
110
10 pounds is a lot to
15
add.
to 135.
10 pounds is a lot.
To add, yeah, for sure.
Oh, I mean,
If you're-
Yeah, like that's the difference between
It's a lot still. 10 pounds up to
Your arithmetic is hilarious.
maybe.
that's the difference between being able to do it and not
So
and
I
not
would
being
say
able to do it.
that.
Yeah.
My 1 rep max is probably 200, 225 maybe.
I've done 205.
225?
Yeah. Not
That's 2
225.
plates.
I've never gone to 2 plates.
My
do
1
not-
rep max is probably 2.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. You don't believe what?
That Tresor can bench. We say 200
My 1 rep max, yeah.
So you say you could. So you say you could. You
One
Like,
time.
I could do it
to
one
the
time.
chest and up.
Yeah, I could do 2 plates one time.
2 plates one time. All right. What about you, B.Rob?
I know. I think we should intro. Oh my god.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I do a plate. I I could do a plate in 30.
Yeah, but I'm never.
I'm not gonna lie, and
Yeah.
I'm not doing that for reps.
I'm not
either.
a one rep max
just
man.
saying, I'm not a
I feel like there's
two-plate
no
guy.
point.
That's
Unless
like
they're really
ego.
like,
That's ego lifting, you know?
That's what we go to the gym for. Sometimes you gotta stroke your ego.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I don't know, man. I go
But
to the gym.
I'm
to
not a
look good.
two plays heavy still.
That's
Two plays
heavy,
heavy
bro.
still. You have to have a little.
That's super heavy.
245s on each side.
That's
Really
super
heavy. That's really
I
heavy.
could do that.
Of course, I believe you.
Yeah,
can do
you
that.
are
You're
like
a
a
gym
gym
man.
buff,
Yeah, like you're a gym man.
Anyways, guys, that was a very interesting intro. Welcome to episode. This is episode what now? This is 20.
No,
right?
I should be the only person looking after the episode number because I said it was 20 last time and and then y'all said it was 19.
No, you said it was 20 last time and it actually ended up being 19.
Oh, I was wrong.
Yes, you
Are
were
you
wrong.
sure?
100%.
I was wrong. I was my fault.
We were all wrong. We all co-signed it. So this is actually episode 20.
So we're really on our Gary Payton today.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
We're really on our Jermaine O'Neal today.
You were Googling the hell out of that.
No, we're really on our Manny Ginobili today. What are you talking about?
Shut that laptop
The hell out
down.
of it.
I'm going Ginobili before Jermaine O'Neal.
Best six man of all time. What you mean?
Nah.
Not all time. He made.
Actually, I don't know why I said not so quick.
He was like the first all-star off the bench, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got it actually. Unless you count Harden. Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to episode 20. I'm your main host, Zoe.
I'm Tresor.
Clyde.
Mucho.
And we have a special guest this episode, y'all. Can we get a round of applause, please?
Yeah.
So all that. Yeah.
The man I've never seen with less than 5 people with him.
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
There's less than 5 here today.
Yeah, more is coming.
No, you're lying. That I
See?
Bro, I said, I'm like, bro, honestly, I feel like he rolls deep.
He
so
moves like a mob boss.
it's going to be...
I've never seen him alone or with one person.
Yeah, it's gonna be first come first come or
Chairs
first come
still.
first serve with chairs still. How many left? How many chairs are left?
No, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be good.
No catch.
Full house. Full
right.
house.
But yeah, you do roll deep though. But is that like a part of your?
No, it's just I'm
Your
always,
je ne
with,
sais
I'm
quoi?
always with my people still. Yeah,
How long you know these guys for?
my whole life. For the
Don't
most-
lie to me.
No, that ass.
Put a date on it.
Huh?
How old? Like for real?
Probably since 10.
Everyone
Yeah.
in this room, you know, since he was 10.
Yeah, about that 10, 11.
He doesn't look.
Him. Well, he's a little younger than me, so I was
Okay,
probably
okay.
I was probably 13. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? But like, yeah,
Man, how
about
old are
that.
you, brother?
Like only 2 years younger. than me.
Okay, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? yeah. Most of my people I known for a minute still.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, how's it been? You're killing the music game.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. It's been good. Things
You're
have been-
doing more than trying. You're stamping it.
Yeah.
How's it been for you? What's the
It's
the
been
process
good.
been like? How you have three projects from 2021, 2023, and last year.
Yeah.
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 How has
exactly.
it been building?
It's been good. It's been a process to like, I guess, kind of just like see how things advance over the last couple of years, or how things have been advancing. Like at first, we kind of just did just to like it was COVID, and then everyone's just kind of like, yo, you're kind of hard, so try a thing. And then we kind of put out the first project, and it was received well. There was a record on there that was received quite well.
What record was received? Well?
It's called If You Let Me. And it like blew up on TikTok. It didn't really blow up. At the time I thought it blew up, but it was like, it did well on TikTok. And then we kind of continued. And then shortly thereafter I dropped a record called Treason. And then that one actually blew up on TikTok. And then from there just kind of found a method and kind of just started sticking to it and kind of keeping at it. And then like, boom, just more records started going. Can't Believe, and then Experience, and then
It's a banger, so we'll talk about that one later. though. I have a few things I want to ask.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's been great, man. It's been great. It's been fun. I've been able to like do stuff with like my dogs that like we would have never been able to like even think about before. Like the situations that we're in and like places we've been and people we've met and stuff we've done is just like all because of like my brethren's telling me I was kind of good at music, so.
I seen you were in London with Potter Paper.
Yeah, him and Hetty, and I did a track with him and Hetty on on Potter's last.
Yeah, I heard that
or
one.
2 albums ago. Thanks for Hating. That was dope. That was really cool how that came about. Hetty had kind of just like reached out to like my team, or his team had reached out to my team. I thought it was fake, to be honest. I'm not gonna hold you. Because at that point, we weren't really making much noise. Like Treason had just dropped, and like it was like doing all right. You know what I'm trying to say? And then like, they had reached out like, yo, it was like an email, and it was just like, yo, I'm manager for Hetty One, and he really likes your music. We should link up. And I was kind of just like, all right, you know, and I just told my dog at the time, I was like, yo, just respond. Like, don't diss it, because like it could be them, but like I'm not really taking too much, you know, attention to it. And then I was like, yo, you know what? Ask him actually what his Instagram is so we could, you know, try tapping on the gram, because it was an email coming from this random email account. And he's like, I don't have Instagram. I was like, okay, this is definitely fake. And we were like, okay, sure. We ended up going to the UK just on our own. And while we were out there, I was like, you know, why don't we like hit him up and let him know that we're here just to see, you know, what could happen.
If it's actually real.
Yeah, if it's actually real. And then he gets back. He's like, oh, you guys are here. Like, that's dope. H has got a studio session. Pull up. So now I'm thinking, are we getting lined? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm just thinking,
you're in a foreign country.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say?
You're emailing this random XXGIY@gmail.com.
You see what I'm saying? And he's telling me that he doesn't have Instagram, and his nickname is Lovelace. That's what everyone calls him. So I'm just thinking Lovelace.
Oh, Lovelace.
So now I'm just thinking like, okay, this is definitely not real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we ended
so you had
up
40 mans pull up.
Yo, there was probably like 7 of us, you know what I'm saying, just in case. And when we got to the studio, he's just like, I'm not really a super flashy guy, and he messaged, he's like, yo, if you have any jewelry or anything, just kind of, you know what I mean, just kind of take it off. And I was just like, or just tuck it, you know what I'm trying to say? And I'm like, yeah, don't worry, like we left the AP at home, like don't worry, you know. And
That's a cheeky answer.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he comes out to the studio session. He comes out, and we're like Central London. And he comes out. He walks us in. I'm still a little leery because I still don't know. And he just came out dolo. And we walk in, and then like once I opened the door, like Hetty was sitting there, and I was like, oh shoot, like it is you.
It was
like,
real.
you know?
Oh, that's real.
Yeah. So then we kind of chopped it up. He's telling me like some music and whatever. And then Potter just ended up walking in on the session. Like he wasn't even supposed to be there. He just was like, yo, I'm looking, Hetty's a hard guy to get a hold of. So he's just like, yo, like, I'm trying to do, I have a tape coming up. I'm trying to do a record. And Potter didn't know who I was. Hetty did, but Potter didn't. And we were kind of just all sitting there. Potter was talking about the type of record he wanted to make. And me just trying to be like game ready. I'm just like every beat that they're going through, I'm just kind of trying to write a hook in the corner.
that.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm just off to the side trying to write just, you know, just in case somebody calls my number, you know? And
B.Rob, you're up.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just trying to be ready
Next
just in
man up
case.
type shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you don't want to do too much. It's still my first time meeting him, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, we're there, and Potter starts talking about the record and what he wants, and he goes in and I've never seen anything like this. He freestyled, his verse is long as well. It might have been like 20 something bars. He freestyled the whole thing in like 5 minutes. It was
What?
crazy. Yeah, he like off the top.
Off the
like,
top?
Yeah, he punched every single line. Like it was crazy. And everyone in the studio is just like, oh, this is mad. And then like Hetty's writing while he's punching his, and then Hetty goes in and he punches his verse. And now like these two are like,
You guys are
like
writing in real time.
Yeah, the two of them are writing. I'm trying to sit there, like they're writing, but they're the big dogs in the room. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like half the people in here don't even know who I am. So I'm just here trying to like write off to the corner, don't make nobody see. You know what I'm trying to say? And he goes, Hetty goes into the booth, lays his verse, and Potter's talking about how he wants a certain type of hook and what he's thinking about. And I'm like, okay, this is my chance. Like, all right, I can't, personally, I think I could rap with anybody, but I'm like, yo, I probably can't rap with these guys right now because they're like two of the biggest rappers in the UK. But I'm like, yo, one thing I can do, I know they can't do is sing. So like, what can I do? So I'm trying to think of a singing hook, writing it. H comes out, he sits down, and I was like, yo, like, I know you're saying you need a hook. If you need something, I wrote something. If you even want to lay it yourself, I could do it. And Potter's kind of looking at me like, because he didn't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? He's just looking at me like, and I'm just like, oh, this is not embarrassing. This could be one of those fucking terrible. Oh, sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
speak.
this could be one of those really awkward moments. You just tell me to go sit back down. But he was like, yeah, nah. Like, Hetty, actually, he said, I don't know about that. And then Hetty was like, yo, no, he's sick. Trust him.
Oh, big time.
And then Potter was like, all right. He's a real street nigga, you know? So he's like, all right. But he's like, yo, if you're shit, I'm going to tell you.
He said that?
In front of everybody. And there was like 30 niggas in the studio.
So
It was crazy.
white boy, right?
Yeah.
He was like he's like the crazy white boy in the crew.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
But there was like 30 niggas in the studio, and like what we were like watching was just like these, again, two massive rappers sparring, you know what I'm saying, back and forth. So everybody was really just paying attention to what was happening.
And bro just
in the
punched
session.
the whole verse like in
and
one
so
take.
It was very intense.
Yeah,
Like, it felt like a movie, you know, and everyone was just kind of locked in. And Hetty's camp was like, oh shit, Hetty, you got to go in there and kill something. And Hetty went in and killed it. And then I'm just sitting here with 6 of my niggas and we're just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go in. And Potter was like, all right, like go, but if you're shit, I'm gonna tell you. And I was like, all right, cool. So I'm walking over to the booth now. It felt like the longest walk of my life. My hands were sweating. And I'm just like, yeah, I can't really fuck up here. I got like 5 seconds to capture people's attention. If I don't, then that's it. And then I ended up going in there and laying it. I wrote it, but I made it look like I freestyled it. I laid it and I came back out and they're like, oh, you're hard still. And everyone in the studio was like, you know, bigging me up his shit. And then he just told me after, he's like, yeah, it's going to go on the tape. So that was a really cool moment.
Oh,
for
wow.
me. But yeah, it's like interesting how things kind of, you know, kind of come full
That's
circle
fire.
and shit.
And something that I've noticed that was kind of like the underline through all of that I think a lot of people that are in the entertainment industry and the ones who become successful really know is like taking chances and staying ready. You know, so there was a lot of times with that, like you didn't know if the email was real. You still went there. You remembered to hit them. You pulled up even though it was skeptical. When you were in there, you spoke up, but you waited your turn and you did what you had to do. Like I feel like it's the people. Some people will like get in that room and not want to overstep and just miss the moment because they don't want to
It's
say
true.
anything.
Or they
you
wouldn't
know?
even take the email
Yeah, or
seriously.
they'd be like, nah, this is fake. I'm not going.
Yeah. Yo, it's a tough balance though, you know, especially when you're like new to things, you're kind of trying to prove yourself, especially, and you're with guys at that caliber in their respective lane. It's just kind of, sometimes it's like, yeah, do I speak up? Do I just kind of chill? Because you don't want to be the guy who's just like, yeah, I'm never bringing this guy back here again. He's annoying. But you also don't want to be the guy who just kind of fades off into the...
Because why is he here?
Exactly. So it's a balance. It's a line that you kind of have to toe. But I mean, if you have good judgment, you can, you know, make the right decisions.
Yeah,
Interesting. I have a question. You're at West End?
No, I'm from the East.
Oh.
Why'd you think?
Sorry.
One thing about East End people, they're very protective of the East.
That's like stood up.
What's that about?
They're very
I
protective
thought you were
of the
West
East.
End man.
No.
Okay, but you
he
went
was
to university, no?
Mm-hmm.
And you were like but you studied to be like a doctor, like a lawyer, something like that?
Yeah, not a doctor. I went to Mac.
Okay, but you went to law school, no? Okay, so how was that transition? Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So do you have like a Juris Doctor?
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah.
So how was that transition?
Word.
Like, also, what's your background? Jamaican?
Well, LLM, not JD, because I did mine in the UK.
What does that mean?
So it's like a master's of law.
Okay.
Juris Doctor versus LLM.
Yeah.
Juris Doc.
Juris Doctor is like when you're a JD when you graduate.
From law.
Law school?
They're both
The only
post-secondary.
JD I know is Jermaine Dupri.
Okay, no way.
They're both the same level, but
Okay.
in the UK they don't do JD, they do LLMs. They do masters of law.
Okay.
And then in
So
Canada,
you went to McMaster, which is university, and then you went to the UK, got your LLM, graduated, and then how was that transition from like going to be a lawyer to going to do music?
Yo, I came back during COVID. So I graduated in 2020. So I didn't even get to go to my graduation or anything like that because obviously everything was shut down. So I came back and all of like my legal internships, like there's nothing happening, nothing's open. Everything is relatively virtual. And I was applying for a bunch of different like legal internships or whatever because I had to come back and write my conversion exam and all kind of other technical legal stuff. And things were slow and like I needed bread. So like
So you said, let me make music.
No, that God no.
Oh.
There's no money in music at the beginning. That's not
I was gonna say, that's a big leap.
I was just thinking, yo, like, okay, I gotta work, like, cause I want a legal job, but these legal jobs, especially right away when you're fresh out of school, are like paying no money at all.
Really?
Like $25.
You gotta work a shit ton.
You know
They
what I'm
make
trying to
it
say?
seem like you're coming out of law school and you're
Yeah, it's
getting
not suits.
bank.
Yeah, they glamorize.
What's that article?
Yeah. They
sell you a dream.
glamorize, the legal profession. Most lawyers aren't rich. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and if they do get rich, like maybe in their 40s.
Tell that to the black
when they start
mothers.
to see bread.
tell
Niggas
that
barely
to
getting
the
lawyer
immigrant
money.
Parents.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, the parents have a very skewed idea, especially immigrant parents have a very skewed idea of kind of like what that's all about.
I don't
But like
even
a lot
think
of
they know
doctors.
what engineer really means either.
Yeah, no, probably not. Probably not.
I barely do.
Yeah. I mean, like, doctors, lawyers, there's not much money in it right away, especially like when you build your profession, you build your practice and you build your like book of business, sure. But like right away, unless you're in like the top 1%, maybe 2% of like kids coming out of law school at a super prestigious school, then like there's not much bread for you. But yeah, I was like, yo, I'm just trying to figure out this paper thing, and ended up just doing a 1-2 stuff here and there, getting some bread. And in the meantime, I couldn't do
here and there.
Yeah, no, legal. Yeah. And
Joe was like Scarborough.
DJ Vlad over there. Like,
What's your space? He was like, no, I'm back.
we were getting to it. Just kind of, I used to do parties back in the day. And that was like when I was in my schooling, that was like how I kind of made bread. Like I used to DJ.
You do parties in like Hamilton, McMaster?
Yeah.
A6 weekend, baby.
Yeah, that SDW.
that was
SDW. That used to be us back in the day.
Up in Hess Village in the...
That used to be us back in the day.
You're part of GTA lore for those parties.
Yeah.
That's the ones where everybody crashed at a hotel?
Yeah, hotel, that was...
What? Talk about that.
That was a lot. Are the statute of limitations on?
There's a lot going on.
Yo, the things are out.
I was like, maybe. I won't lie. If we're gonna go there, we're gonna go there.
Let's go.
I was maybe like, I want to say 18, maybe freshly 19.
Same, yeah.
At A6 weekend.
Yeah, I was in the club at 17. I was in the club. I was at Mac.
So were
I was
you
17.
younger than all those guys?
Yeah, way younger. Those guys. I was
But
like,
how old are you,
I was
if you don't mind me
17 right now.
Yeah.
29.
Oh, we're the same age.
Yeah.
What were you doing there? You were running the things, and I was like,
I was like 17, and I was
Oh
like
my
in the club,
God.
fake ID, like everything.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I was like 18, maybe freshly 19, going to A6 weekend, and like I was seeing some shit like
Legendary GTA party. I
they
didn't
used to
partake.
turn
It was
up.
a lot,
I'm pretty
man.
sure you guys were like responsible for the economy of Hamilton at some point.
Absolutely.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like we would book hotels like months in advance.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
everyone would go to Hamilton out of all places and just party for a weekend straight, nonstop.
We
You
shut
guys
down.
imported the GTA to Hamilton.
We did. We shut down Windsor Sports Weekend. That was dead when we were in school.
Yeah.
Like there was no more that. It was us.
You guys killed Windsor Sports
That was
Weekend.
us. Single hand.
Holy.
I still have the A6 weekend t-shirt. Great quality tee. I wore it to bed a few times.
Yeah, that was
That's
us.
a great tee.
That
It's a great quality tee.
was us. That was
Yeah.
us. Yeah. But I don't know. Like we were talking about
How you made money. Until
yeah.
you
So
throw
I was
parties.
DJing,
Yeah.
but then because it's COVID, there's no parties, there's no DJing, so now all that bread stopped. So now I have to like actually figure out how to make some bread. And then just kind of rapping was something I was doing on the side because I couldn't DJ, and like I just kind of love music. And yeah, it just kind of fell into place. That was really how it kind of.
Why do you decide to go the route of the more melodic, singy type of music as opposed to like actually like rapping, trying to spit bars type of?
Yo,
thing?
I have
for the main, like for your main focus.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like, especially coming from Toronto, what's gonna captivate people is the melodic stuff. I feel like I don't know that there's anybody that's ever come out of here that hasn't kind of bust because of melodic music.
You're right.
There's no rapidy rappers that come out of Toronto?
even our greatest, like Drake, his first big
that's-
record was Best Ever Had, which he's singing for most of it. Tory is Say It. You know what I mean? Like, even though these guys rap as well, you know what I mean? Most of their stuff is, or the stuff that kind of gets you to.
Because even Drake, when he did "I'm Still Fly," right? There's
singing
like
on
a
it.
line.
It's still,
But there was a
line.
line in there where he's like, "I know I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna sing this hook." He says something like that, and then from then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the kind of what motivated me. I feel like I'm good at singing as well, relatively. I don't think I'm like just great singer. I think I can hold a note, but like I'm pretty good at melodies. So I think that's kind of, I was like, this is a way to kind of separate from a lot of the other people that are kind of in your space, because you kind of have to find something that's like make people like pay attention to you,
Yeah.
there's one bar, like I was listening to your discography. There was one bar. It was a 2021 album you dropped. I feel like you were throwing shots at people.
Probably.
You said something like, "I don't want to be them dudes who peaked with the billboard at Young and Dundas."
Oh yeah. yeah.
I'm like, man, who are you talking about?
The Black History Month billboards? Nah, like I want my own.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was something along those lines. Yeah, something along those lines. I just feel like there was a time where, there was a time where like everybody, it was like the pinnacle of like success in Toronto was like to have a billboard that you could pay for, and it was like 2 bands. And
That's all it costs?
Yeah.
Which is cool though. Like, I'm not knocking it. It's cool, but you know, I just feel like
You don't
that's
want that
not-
to be the highlight of your
Yeah,
career.
you know what I'm trying to say? Like, at all.
Yeah.
Not even close. Like,
Shout
I'm
out to
okay without
everybody
it.
that got those though.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to them.
I like you making a point of that.
Yeah,
Like,
shout out to them.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's-
shout out to them.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So when was like the moment you were like, okay, like this is actually like gonna work?
I think when I made Can't Believe,
Okay.
Treason was cool and was definitely like the big one that kind of set things in motion for real. But when I think I replicated it with Can't Believe and it did like more, then I was like, okay, yeah, I think we have something here. And then that's kind of when like Treason was kind of like when like everybody started to look. And then like Can't Believe is when like, you know, people started to really like, okay, pay attention. And like, you know, now labels are calling and, you know, other artists are hitting you up and touching base with you and shit like that. Whereas in like at first it was kind of just like, oh, this guy's sick, but like, can you do it again? Like, you know?
Yeah.
That's really the intro. Like people don't really like, you know, you have one and it's like, all right, cool. But like,
Do a lot of people hit you to write for them?
not really. Not really. I don't feel like, not really. Yeah, no.
You spent a lot of time in the UK, so I assume you probably really like London.
Yeah, London's cool. I feel like the vibe is so it's similar to here.
Yeah.
And people just connect well over there. You know what I'm saying? Like artists aren't afraid to like collaborate with other artists or show love. And there's like they have their own world. Like you could be a UK artist and stay in the UK and never leave
And be
rich. You know what I'm trying to say? And like work with other UK artists and be rich around Europe. You can't really do that here.
So when you come back, like from the UK to Toronto, do you feel like shit? Like we're in poverty here, because like
Yeah.
it's like also like the mentality too. Like you're saying,
Straight up, there's no explanation.
It's
because there's that mentality too, right? The stigma, the Toronto, like that people don't the crabs in a barrel kind of mentality that people have. Like, how do you feel about that? Like,
and
navigating
it's
the
not
space?
it's not to say that doesn't happen everywhere, because it does. Like, I don't want something that like, you go to America or you go to the UK and it's not the same kind of like mentality of there's competition everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, over here it's just like there's not really much of an infrastructure, and then there's also like people trying to compete for like whatever is left. You know what I'm saying? And there's not much there. So it's just like, it's when you're here sometimes you're just like, I don't want to be here. Like, because there's nothing really that people can really offer you that helps move you the way you need to be moved, or, you know what I mean? Which I think that, you know, I think that like, especially with like a lot of the newer generation of like people in the music industry, like whether it be like industry, like professionals or like even artists, I feel like a lot of them are like starting to collaborate and like really starting to like see some of the issues that we have and like address them, which is good. You know what I'm saying? But
You got
for right
hope.
now.
You got optimism.
I don't know if I'd say that. But,
Not
we
that
got
positive.
something. Yeah.
That's
Something, yeah.
inkling.
You ain't saying nothing that I've never said before.
Yeah,
too.
you're
Like,
good.
I feel you, especially traveling to London and you're just seeing how like it's almost like they back their artists in a way, and not even just artists, people in the entertainment industry, whether you're a presenter or a content creator or whatever, and it's just the opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking around, I'm like, bro, what? This person has a show. This person is on all the billboards for Foot Locker. This person has a show. This, like,
Yeah, it's real.
hopefully we could get to that over
But
here.
they're like what? They're like 4 times our population. America's
Are
10
they?
times. Like,
It's
America's 10 times our population?
yeah.
well,
Isn't
the
that
whole
more?
of the U.S., yeah. But
Yeah. We're like
I'm
40,
talking
they're
about-
400.
I was going to say, I feel like it's more, but maybe on paper, who knows?
I mean,
but
yo, the buying power matters in a lot of these places.
yeah, because the California population alone is more than Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people there. But regardless, like, yeah, it's just way more people, way more bodies. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
do
the
you think
consumption is much higher.
You think you'd ever leave?
Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
where do you want to go?
Like, I don't think, I feel like the way like life has been moving, like, me and my dogs always talk about it, like what's next in terms of that. But like, I don't think I'd be anywhere like for like 12 months out of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'd probably be somewhere for 3 months, be somewhere for another 4 months.
Yeah.
I definitely like, I still love Toronto, you know what I'm saying? So I'll come home for, you know, for 2 months. It's nice to be home for a little while and see the people and touch the ground, you know what I'm saying? But like, other than that, like, yeah.
It's
like,
always going to be the home base, though.
yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like Florida, I really like,
Ew.
Place that I really like.
Really?
Miami's nice. Yeah.
That's 2 guests now.
To live there full time?
No, but I not for
Well, you
12
said
months in
you
a
had- you
year.
said you
But
would do
like
12 months, but-
I would be in Miami for a couple months for sure. It moves around a lot. It's expensive, but they like
Miami?
You can move
Why,
around.
why people like Miami though?
Miami to me
Miami
is like
is
a fantasy.
vibey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can't, no, but you can't stay there.
It's not
Yeah,
a real
that's what I'm
place
saying.
type
Like you
shit.
know,
No.
but if like months is even too long for me in Miami.
Nah,
like
but-
I can do Miami maybe like I feel like a week and I'm like, yo, get me out of here.
But I think
what
you're
you like
thinking
about Miami except for the
but you're
BBLs?
thinking in a more like
What
concentrated
you like
way.
about Miami though?
Like the way you're moving around
no.
in Miami in a weekend is not how you would be moving if you lived there. Like you wouldn't be partying, booby trap, party, booby trap. Every
Why you
weekend,
say booby trap twice?
You have to say it twice. Yo, Miami's nice, man. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks
Beer
good.
takes
Vibey.
Lucha was
Miami
asking
looks
some real
good.
questions though.
Yeah, you didn't answer. Why do you like Miami so much?
Yeah.
Yo,
Aside
you
from
just
the
there's a
BBLs.
lot of the architecture is nice. For the homes, the architecture is beautiful.
Them buildings
The
are the
culture.
same,
You know what? In all honesty, though, like, okay, I like New York. I was just in New York last week. I just got back yesterday. New York, I like, but New York is too similar to Toronto. It's just like a much bigger version than Toronto.
You think I don't feel like New York is
New
that
York is just a much bigger version than Toronto. The climate's the same. Like, and respectfully, New York is very dirty. You know what I mean?
like so I don't feel like when I go to New York, I definitely feel the difference than Toronto. New York can be like, I don't know.
To me, it feels the same. It feels like everywhere is living at Young and Dundas.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I'm trying to say?
no, I don't think that's
People
true.
are insane in their heads
Yeah.
everywhere you turn.
No,
There's a lot
nah,
going
it depends on
on,
where in New York you
billboards.
are.
That
It really
is
depends
true.
on
That
where
is
in New
true.
York
Queens
you are.
is chill. Some parts of Brooklyn.
But I
Brooklyn's
like
nice.
the fact that like I can go there and still have like the same culture. Like I can have like my Jamaican culture close to me. You know what I mean? And that's why I kind of like. But the weather sucks. But Miami, you can still get that.
Yeah.
But the weather's great. You know what I mean? The vibe is nice out there, especially if you're doing like music and stuff like that. There's always a bunch of artists there. There's always events going on.
Yeah.
So it's like a good place to be.
Yeah, jokes aside, I heard Miami's turning kind of into like the new LA.
Yeah, I'm not a
Well,
fan
they
of
LA burned down, so where they gotta go somewhere.
God damn, so
It's too early, dog.
They didn't burn down.
Niggas lost their houses.
Sorry, was that me?
They didn't burn down.
they ain't have no fucking cribs over there. Jesus.
But I mean, like, they went through a very devastating time, and we
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah,
this. Like,
yeah.
is that going to be the end of LA? Are people going to stay in LA
Yeah.
and rebuild, or they're going to move out?
We
So
thought
to me,
up
it would kind
now-
of make sense.
Nah, they rebounded.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really left after that. Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of LA.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like LA is very like it's cliquey. So it's like if you're not in like super in, you're out. Like you're way out. You know what I mean? Like there's no places that you can just go buck up into people unless you're supposed to be there. You know what I'm trying to say? Like people always say that, oh yeah, I bumped into, Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, sure, if you're in the place that he would be, and the
Yeah.
only way you could get in there is if you have a relationship with somebody, or you know what I mean? Like you're not just bumping into people randomly, in that way at least.
So
like,
you love that place though.
Yeah. It's funny
It's
because
cool.
everyone has different experiences because I don't really like Miami because I feel like there's nothing to do. But he feels like there's a lot of stuff to do. And I feel like in LA, you could just bump into someone. and
There's
he
a
feels
lot
like you
to do in
don't.
Miami. You're just not willing to spend the money that it takes to do stuff.
Yeah, in Miami, you have to spend
There
bread.
you go.
You either have to
Tresor's
spend bread or
not
you have to
spending
be
the money.
tapped, super tapped.
Because when we
Yeah,
went
that's
to
facts.
Miami, every motor store was like, you know what? No.
Because it doesn't make sense. Like, but what do you really think? Because Miami is one of those places where you just go and lose your mind. If you have sense in Miami, it's gonna be a bit different experience. Like you have to commit to just not thinking.
yeah.
If you commit to think, because I'm like, why am I paying $100 US to get into booby trap to stand there and not throw money compared to what these guys are throwing? Like, that doesn't make sense.
When
to
I was
me,
in
you know?
Miami, I bumped into enough people, like Ben Simmons, Coyle Ray, like randomly.
I guess it depends when you go
But
to.
the only
as
person
well.
I bumped into in LA was Ty Crane from Coach Carter.
No.
Ty Crane? Like the guy from the beginning? Like
Yeah.
like the not even the main character? The
Yeah,
one that,
Ty Crane.
what was the name of the school? I know
Yeah. I bumped into him.
The next LeBron James? I'm
Yeah,
only Ty Crane.
Only Ty Crane. That's what I said to him. I swear to God. He was there. We were at where were we? Like it was like Chick-fil-A or something like that. I was like, wasn't that Ty Crane? He said the only one. I said, yo, he's committed.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's bad though.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He's committed. Yeah, he had like a little lanyard that said Ty Crane, and then like he was and he was signing burnt CDs of like Coach Carter.
What?
That's not a real story. fam.
Yeah, what is going on?
On everything I love.
At Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, and then he started yelling at the people at Chick-fil-A.
He might be.
He was mad. He was mad. No, he was mad for
head.
sure.
Oh,
But it was him
okay,
though. It was him.
okay.
Hell yeah.
It was him.
The only tie crave.
But that's what happens.
God.
Though. People go to LA with all these big dreams.
Yeah, and they end up
And
on
then,
Skid Row.
you know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Yo, that's crazy.
Skid Row is a bit dramatic, but you might end up on like.
Why no one say the real things? People
Because that's a
literally.
bit dramatic.
No, you're right though. Like people,
There's a reason why
in their
LA
pocket.
has one of the biggest homeless population. People go there with dreams,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they can't make it, and they don't want to go home, or they can't afford, and they end up maybe Skid Row is extreme, but they end up homeless.
And it's
sometimes,
easier
or
to
living
be-
out their cars, or
Easier to be homeless when there's palm trees and it's sunny.
Yeah, it ain't as bad.
easy.
It's
It's
easier.
easier. It
than
is
being
easier.
that negative 20 homeless.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure, for sure,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
get that. And
Absolutely.
I will say what you're saying is not wrong. I think just my experience of LA is different because like I've built this.
Because you're
Brick
tapped
by
in.
brick,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It took,
built
it
what?
took a long time. My LA connection.
The rapport.
I think you built
Yeah.
LA. I was like, don't let Dominique Nunn hear you. I'm
No.
like, what?
It took a few times for me to get to the point where it's like
Yeah.
I'm confident that I can go and actually.
You know what?
You
I
know,
think
I
that
get
matters.
that.
Like your first experience is always like the one that lasts.
Yeah.
Like my first experience in the UK was a lot because I bumped into J5 randomly at the studio and
Shout
like
out J5,
yeah,
my
and like
guy.
he like messaged me and like was so like just
The
coincidence.
producer, J-Vibe?
Yeah, like he
Yo, his
messaged
tag
me.
is crazy.
Yo, he
He's
had
got
messaged me like,
bangers
yo,
under his
like-
belt.
He's a really nice guy.
Yo, he's
too.
super cool,
nice
super
guy.
cool. Man, just bumped into him by accident and just went to the studio.
Didn't he
Yeah.
produce Location?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, and did you
Yeah,
see
he's
and
a-
all those tracks? He's
Yeah,
a guy.
yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
super
and he
guy.
also did the remix of Franco Foe. Had to put that one.
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
hell yeah.
I don't know what that
You
is.
linked up with him on that.
Anyway.
Oh, your
Yeah.
song. I have no idea who sings that.
Well, my
Yeah,
first time in LA was a mess.
So the
Was
UK
Ty
having
Crane-
like UK's lit, like
UK's lit for
that
me.
experience.
UK's
I
lit
see
for me.
because
I'm
the
not
first time I
there.
went to UK was lit too.
Yeah,
Nah.
UK's lit for me.
Who got the baddest woman?
Oh my god, this guy's so horny.
Huh? Between what? Between what?
All the
You-
cities we're naming.
What women?
What women?
Miami.
Which type of women?
Look at you,
Your-
deep side and
your favorite
everything.
type, whatever
It's
your favorite
Miami.
type
It's
is.
Miami for sure.
Better than Toronto?
They're saying Toronto.
No, I know.
That's okay, bro.
I thought you weren't. I thought you were talking about outside of Toronto.
Nah,
I said the other
including.
day. I said the other day Toronto has the best women in the world.
Period.
Like for sure. Outside of if you're looking for like a variety, you know what I'm trying to say? Like you can find
Yeah.
black girls, Asian girls,
Multicultural, yeah.
you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
That's diplomatic.
London though, London's cool too. London's cool. There's a lot of pretty girls in London. Miami though, you get, you know what I'm
But
saying?
the
So-
wigs.
In
in London?
Sometimes sorry, I'm not. No,
What? You think black British women have bad wigs?
some of them do, yo.
Oh! Didn't they?
You're toast.
You're a toast.
Some of them, when I was in London, a lot of the wigs I was seeing, I was like, what's running?
Aren't they infamous for having like nice wigs and shit?
I thought so until I
the
actually
Lagos hairline.
Yo, they
and
do the
stuff?
makeup really good though. They do the makeup really good in London.
Tresor thinks Jamaican women makeup is terrible.
What did I say?
When we were in
Yo.
Jamaica, when we were in Jamaica, when
That's a mad thing.
we were she popped that grenade into a bag.
That's a mad thing, bro.
When we were in Jamaica, randomly you're like, you know what I like about Jamaican women's makeup? And I was like, well, you're like,
Oh, see, no, you gotta be specific. I never said their makeup is terrible. I said their makeup is too cakey.
is that not
That's
terrible?
different.
Well,
that doesn't
Is
mean
there
it's
good
bad.
cake? Tresor, your face was disgusting.
It's just too cakey.
You were like, you did.
What do you mean by that though?
It's like
You did
birthday
this. You were
makeup
like,
every day.
it's too cake.
You know what I mean?
but we were at Carnival though.
No. It was.
No, not just Carnival. There's like a specific
This was after Carnival.
style. There's like a way that I saw
But I
that
hear
a
it,
lot
though.
of them were doing
You hear it.
makeup.
Yeah, some Jamaican girls, like the yard girls, sometimes their makeup, I'm like, yeah, like they
Like
put
on
that
purpose, like
on.
that's their style. It's
Like
like
birthday
very
makeup
cakey.
type.
But
Yeah.
this is about you, and you saying that British black women have bad.
I didn't
wigs.
say all. I did not say all. But I said when I was there, some of them, I'm like, bro, I thought they were known for like what I see
That's
on
what I
TikTok. They always lay their wigs. When I went there, I was like, bro, where are the laid wigs?
Yeah.
Don't look. First of all, I don't have a wig, bitch. Why are you looking at my hairline?
I didn't even look. I didn't even look.
Trying to find the lyrics.
I was looking straight at her eyes.
But no, you weren't. You're such a sick chronic liar. Your eyeline went up. First of all, this is a braid and a sewing. This is all me. Well, not all me. The sewing's not, but what?
Just the look.
The
gander.
Look up like, there's no lace here, ho.
I never said there was.
You were looking for the lace. I can tell.
I never said there was.
That's
Don't
zoomed in on my
deflect.
dome.
Don't deflect.
Anyways, you have a show coming up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your show.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to business.
we know we'd get there. We would get there.
Let's talk about your show.
Axis.
July 4th.
Ooh.
Excited. Yeah,
I know I said ooh like that's anything important to us. To the Americans, yeah, but like that's yeah.
Fuck them for the rest of the year.
Oh my god.
Americans, nah, y'all cool.
Yeah, July 4th.
He was joking. Yeah.
I don't co-sign. I don't co-sign.
So July 4th at Access Club, you're doing a show.
Mm-hmm.
What brought this on? What can you share about like the concept? What are you trying to achieve? What?
The last show I did in Toronto was 2 years ago.
Damn, you hate us.
Was it for Wave when you opened for Wave?
No, this was like my show.
Oh, okay.
Like my last show that I did in Toronto was at where was it? Revival.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I didn't really expect it to do as well as it did, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I was downstairs the whole time, kind of just like, yo, how was it up there? And everyone's like, no, it's Ram.
Is anyone coming?
Yeah, and then when I went upstairs, it actually was Ram. So that was nice to see. Because it's definitely hard to sell. It's hard to like, especially as a Toronto artist, it's hard to get people in the room.
People don't care about you until you blow.
Yeah, at all.
No, literally.
Yeah, at all.
But something I've noticed with you, and I don't know if you do it on purpose or how you ever you do it, but it's like you have a very good community of people that support you.
Yeah.
So like anything you do, like you can almost guarantee that people are gonna come out just because they rock with you.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like people tell their people. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, for sure.
anything that I've seen your name a part of, like it hasn't been like empty.
Yeah, flop. Yeah, we have a really organic base, but I mean, I always attested to just being a real person. A lot of
And the East End.
yeah, I mean,
A lot of people over there.
Yo, there's a lot of people in the West too. Like, I
don't know, man. The East
Yo, there's a lot of
the
people in the
East
West.
The East rolls in a pack. Anything that East
Yeah, the
people
East
are
are
doing,
very pack-like.
all the East
community
people are at
for
all
sure.
the East
Yeah.
events. The
It's
West
like-
people don't rock with each other like that. Everyone's not at the same. Like the West people aren't going to all the West events. That
I will
the West
say
people
this:
are throwing.
it's not West End, but it's West of West. But this Brampton Illuminati shit is real though.
Yeah.
This Brampton
facts.
Illuminati
Yeah, it
shit,
is,
you
yeah.
guys roll together.
Who's in the Boominati?
I'm in the booming.
Yeah, she's in it. Asterisk is in it.
Tristan Thompson's
Yeah.
in it.
Oh,
Nah, that nigga out of here.
Diddy Illuminati.
What? Don't put that on no one's jacket. But the Brampton Illuminati is
It's
real.
strong. It's strong. You in it too.
I'm not.
No,
Yeah,
we don't want him. We don't want him. We will
25%
take him. He's
Brampton.
homeless.
Not from
The East don't want him. The West don't want him. Leave him in the middle.
I'm fine being solo.
Leave him in the middle.
I'm fine.
He never
being
wants to
solo,
claim
man.
nothing from the Peel region, so don't claim it.
Crazy.
We don't want you. That's cool.
But I will say this: when it comes to putting on your own shows, it probably helps a lot that you started doing nightlife. Like you know how to put together. something.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Like I was saying, like yo, I feel like a lot of artists aren't real people.
In what sense? Let's talk about that.
Yo, like a lot of artists, like a lot of artists. Yo, I grew up knowing a lot of people. I played basketball. I moved around. You know what I'm saying? You're at the mall. You're at jams. You're at this. You're at that. So I just feel like when I see people who are like 22, 23, 24, and like no one will come out to anything for them. It's just like, yo, like where was your like, where is everyone? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I feel like I've just been able to experience so many things, be in so many different places that it's like, yo, like it makes sense that like, you guys call it a strong community, but to me, it just makes sense that people I rock with and have grown with, like, rock with me.
You have a big network.
You know what I'm trying to say? But like a lot of artists, like, and to be fair, like a lot of artists are like very artsy and like to themselves a lot of the time, so they don't necessarily network in that way or like commune with people as they're like growing older. They're just kind of to themselves and do their art.
Just bedroom
You know what I'm trying to
artists.
say? Yeah, you know
Just
what I'm
stuck in their
yeah,
home-
like
home studio.
any type of art though. Like, you know
I
what I'm
think
trying to
that's
say?
what Drake was.
Nah,
He was outside.
No, he
Them
was
when
going
they're
to
outside.
Atlanta. He was like, yeah.
Them when they're outside for sure. But like, I'm talking about like just like, like that kid in school that's kind of like to themselves and like you never know that they're extremely talented because they don't speak to anybody.
That writing poetry in the
Yeah.
back of the class.
You know what I'm
That
trying to
was
say?
literally Drake. I think that was
Drake was an actor.
Yeah. Can I land my fucking
Go ahead.
plane? before Drake, but like was Drake the rapper? He was Drake the fro guy from the light skinned kid on the wheelchair from Degrassi. I don't think Drake was really like in the mix musically at all. I think Drake, like, he knew he was talented, but I like the whole like group came when he knew he was gonna get big.
I disagree though, because it's like 06, even 05.
He's in Atlanta,
he was
like,
linking up
getting
with hoods
coffee for
everywhere. No, even
was what?
even Toronto, he was linking up with hoods, people not even from where he's from, like linking up with people.
So you think by 2005 Drake didn't know like, yo, I'm gonna need some type of like serious community from my city, but I wasn't really. I was that artist.
Okay,
you know what I'm
then he
saying?
made that
I don't-
transition to
I
get
don't think
bigger.
Drake was 16, 15, linking up with OVO mans. You know, trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Like he always had them to go back to. No.
Okay, yeah,
But you
fair
can
enough,
still
but-
you can
It's
still
not a
be
bad
out.
thing. I think he was that type of artist where like he knew he was himself, but
he changed though.
He changed.
Okay, all right,
yeah.
fair
Okay,
enough.
yeah, I hear your point.
And I think you could still be outside, even if people might not know you for real like that. But like, you could still be in the room. And
Yeah.
you could meet a 1-2 people, even if your face wasn't memorable. It's like you were still there, even though you weren't noticed.
For sure.
I think that's probably what it was. 'Cause I think he was at these places. People might not have known him or seen him, but he was there.
Because you have a football team now, and you say you grew up with all these guys, right? Drake's football team is not the same as your football team. Like all those guys, I don't think were the same like level of deep friendship all the way kids. Like, yeah, there may be a few, but the 50 owl chains, like there's no way all you guys go that back.
Yeah, so
That's fair.
Some of that came.
I mean,
later.
I don't know. I can't really speak to who's friends with who and
Yeah.
when. You know what I'm saying? But like,
But you need it though. Just
yeah,
some
it's
people do
important.
it in inverse.
It's important, and then like that's why I feel like maybe the community seems bigger, not bigger than it is, but it's just like, all right, I have there's 4 guys here with me. I know all of them personally on a different level, and they're friends that I've then been able to make acquaintances with now all know me, and now that instead of 5 people here, it's 20, it's 30, it's 40. You know what I'm trying to say? And so it just grows. So like we've been able to kind of cultivate that, or like kind of shape that into being a fan base that like not only likes me because I'm so and so's friend, but like likes me because they're like, you know, I'll listen to the music to see if I like it, and because I think it's good, like people have kind of gravitated towards it, you know. But that's why like I haven't done anything in 2 years. The first time we did 500 people.
That's
which is,
good.
Yeah,
That's
which
really
is
good.
definitely not common for a Toronto artist, especially at the level that we were at the time. And this was really before like a lot of my big records. So I'm excited to kind of like be back in the city and do a show with like a lot of records that people are familiar with, that, you know, run on the radio all the time or whatever. And like Access has like a strong history to it as well as a
Used to be
venue.
Mod.
Mod
right?
Club, yeah, it used to be Mod
Is that
Club.
what it used to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be Mod Club, yeah, you know.
That's where artists come like on their tour stops too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So like
for sure,
I
for sure.
wholeheartily agree for a
sure.
Toronto artist. Like
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
a big
The Weeknd, that was his first big
That was
show.
his first big show,
had
so that's
Kanye
exciting.
and all, everybody at the Mod
Yeah,
Club.
Yeah. So
And I rate the fact that like you do have a fan base and you have friends and people that like your music, and your music isn't like just inherently violent hood trap music. Like it's
Blog
good
page
that,
music.
It's good that you can support something from Toronto that isn't rooted in negativity. You know, I like that, and I think that other people like that, and I think that's also why you have such a strong like
Yeah.
women fan base
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
because
for
they
sure.
can actually rock to what you're.
from what I hear.
Yeah.
From what I hear.
What
at least.
year?
He said there's a women fan base, just from what I
Yeah,
hear.
big
at
time.
least.
You probably
Girls
80-20, bro.
love this
Well, we talked about this. And I also agree that women determine the trajectory of music.
Absolutely.
If women don't like your music, you're not gonna go far.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Absolutely.
So
Even the hood dudes, like
No, 100%.
girls are twerking the Pooh Shiesty and Lil Baby and all of them.
And I don't want them.
100%.
And they blow. 21
100%.
Savage, all of them.
Yeah, 100%. Women have to like your music. So I'm grateful that they do. They've been, even though sometimes I find it a little interesting because like my music, like even though I like sing, it's not always like the most like, you know, endearing stuff.
People not listening to the lyrics.
I am.
They want the melody.
I'm waiting to jump in because I have a few questions about some of the lyrics. And stuff.
Yo, call him out, dog. Call him
Well,
out.
I mean, okay, well, one, I like the, let me say, it's a really great song, which is why I have so many questions, because I listen intently. One, you called yourself a ting, right?
You're talking about?
Well, you said, like, I was one of your tings.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, as a man from Toronto, referring to yourself as being one of a woman's tings is a strong, strong statement.
I try to keep it. I feel like people gravitate to my music because it's honest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially a lot of like regular regular niggas.
Because I turned the lyrics on for that. I said, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
A lot of regular niggas just like, and not regular niggas, street niggas, fucking 9 to 5 guys, square guys. Doesn't matter. Like everybody can kind of relate to it.
You?
No, I didn't. I just don't.
He's been talking with his hands the whole time.
But I feel like everybody can kind of relate to it because whether you're a street nigga, you've been in love with a girl, or you've liked a girl, you've been fucking with a girl, whether you're a 9 to 5,
that song's
it's the
about a
same
girl.
thing. Yeah, I mean for sure.
Ooh. She's still around?
You know, but but it's true though. Like you could be a ting. Like the man have been in a situation where
you have
things.
things.
No, I refer to my niggas as tings. But people get offended when I say like, oh yeah, that was like an old
their
thing
face?
or like an old
The
word.
truth is the truth.
You call them your things to them?
Not
to
to
your things?
them, but when I refer to them to other people, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a ting from like last year. But
Us
then
men are reclaiming it now.
I like it because when I talk to my guy friends, like, oh yeah, like that was one of my tings. They're like, yo, I don't call no man no ting. And I'm like, but he was.
I wonder if they know their things.
Maybe.
Shit.
Yeah, but if you keep it honest,
in there.
just
But then you got a little spicy, and then you called her out her name.
Which one's that?
Then you say like, if it's you, bitch, then the shoe fits, or is
It's a lot of women, think sometimes, the things that I say is about them, but it's not. But if it fits, then
That's hard.
I'm saying.
so she cheesed you.
No, this was an isolated line. Like the song is about something else, and then I'm just reminding whoever's listening that this isn't about you, but if you feel like it is, it's okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then move on. You know what I mean?
You can get your luggage out of the top, everybody. Now you landed that.
Jumped out.
Yeah.
Very
Because
political.
you're not being nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hear it. I'm not mad at it. Those are the two that really stood out. I'm like, yeah, we gotta address these.
Yeah.
So I think we gotta bring back calling men tings.
I mean, you can. I mean, if you're a ting, you're a ting. Fuck, it happens, right? It's a part of the game. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Ball up top.
Sometimes a girl are ting. Sometimes a guy, you might be a ting.
I mean,
We're saying that on an episode of a month ago or whatever with when we had all the Double M and Taylor and stuff. You were saying you don't like it or when you get referred to as a ting.
absolutely not. Don't ever call me a ting.
Why not?
That look like a ting to you?
What does that mean to you?
To me, it's like degrading to call a ting.
Yeah, what's degrading about it?
It just sounds very like,
Could be anything.
nah, it's not anything. It's it's ting. And with that, it just has a connotation of it's like
be
negative.
anything.
It's degrading. No, it's not.
Are you degrading your things when you call them that? Or is it like a liberation reclaim type
They should
of
be
thing that
happy
you're
there with
doing?
my tings.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It's not
Different when you do it. Okay.
To me, well, I just use it as colloquial, there we go, colloquial slang. But it's not like I don't actually think of those men as tings. They're
You're just joking.
parts of my life. But it's like, if a man's like, yo, look at this thing over here, and it's me, or we're fighting. Are you stupid? Don't ever fucking call me no ting.
Fair enough.
Or like, yo, the tings are here, and if I'm in the room, don't ever say that.
What if a guy refers to you as his ball? What if you're talking to one man and that?
Segue.
All right.
I mean,
Have you ever been another man's ball?
You definitely have, but you might not know it.
okay,
You don't say that to their face.
What does that really mean? That's my ball.
Well, this past weekend, the past few days, there was a big streamers event, Streamer University, hosted by Kai Sanat. It had all the big streamers. I guess not all of them, but most of the black streamers, right? And DDG was there, doing great things for his PR with that. But he was calling women his ball. He was
calling India Love his ball.
He was saying, there was kind of like a competition between him and Duke the whole time, and who is India Love's. India Love is someone's ball. Who's the owner?
Oh, whose ball is it?
That's what they're saying, right? I'm saying we only got a week of this before it becomes not fun in a think piece and stuff.
That's
right?
a creative way to objectify women. That's hard.
Yeah, right. It's not. Yeah.
I mean,
I never heard that shit before. That was crazy.
I don't like it. I don't really like it in that. Oh, that's my ball. What happens if you check the ball? Then who does it go to? You know what I'm saying? I feel there's too much power in the man if you're calling me a ball. I mean, you just dash
Winner's
me.
ball though.
What?
Winner's ball. Just keep scoring. Winner's ball.
You got to stop me to get the ball back.
Yeah, pick up rules.
You can steal the ball.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the ball.
Yeah, I feel like
It is a bit much, but it's a funny like
that's
it
a
is
like
funny
a
passing.
barbershop talk term. I don't think like you would say that in front of a woman. Like,
But you're never gonna call a woman you respect a ball or a ting. Like you're not gonna call your girl a ting ever.
no.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Balls in the same category.
and ting is also degrading.
Or
Would you ever
am
call
I
your girl
mistaken?
a ting?
Nah, I don't think there would ever be a time that I would call my girl a ting. But that's because I would just call her my girl. But if you're not my girl, then like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at first you might have.
Check.
Yeah, like I don't think I'm saying it in a disrespectful way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here, there's a couple things here. Like, it's not like, you know, it's not like I'm trying to diss you. It's just how we talk, you know?
I think it just depends on like what you find disrespectful and what you find respectful.
Would
'Cause
you go ahead.
Because if you get referred to as work, are you upset?
Which you refer to your.
Yeah, I call my old niggas old work still.
I like that.
I think that's softer than ting. No,
Really?
my old work.
If I refer to a girl I used to talk to as my old work, I think that would sound like
That's
that.
worse
I
than
think
ting.
that sounds crazy out of a guy's mouth. Yeah, I think you're allowed to like it works. 'Cause you're-
Yeah. What like do you feel a way if someone says gal, like calls you a gal, like you know, couple gal or just, like,
I don't mind gal.
don't mind gal.
Something about ting just feels very tingish.
What about vibes?
Vibe.
Yeah, I've heard a couple vibes.
Vibes is hard.
There's some vibes here.
That's a definitely American thing, but yeah.
There's some
Niggas are
vibes
catching
here?
on.
I never heard
some
that.
vibes,
What?
yeah. I've heard a couple
I've
vibes,
never
yeah.
She been on my line.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I never like in real time. Like, yeah, there's some couple vibes in here. I never heard that in real time.
What
no.
about fine shit?
Fine shit's hilarious.
I don't. Fine shit is like it's teetering the line for me. Like
Why?
fine shit.
Isn't that like a compliment?
Yeah, but why I gotta be a shit though?
But it's like with a Y. I think it's like S-H-Y.
Yeah, that's an important distinction. Yeah.
That's supposed to make it provocative.
Yeah, it's like
Gets the people going.
yeah, it's more endearment than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I don't like it, but I don't love it. But I don't hate it. But something about it's just. But you be saying some shit. You haven't put fine in front of it.
Yeah, I just hit some shit.
Yeah, it's like I just talking to some shit. And it's like what?
Nah. But that's just a slip of the tongue. That's it. I didn't mean to say that on purpose. You know, I never say females. I know some dudes that say females.
To this day.
Yeah, that don't come out my mouth.
Yeah, female. If you're using females as a description, like female rapper, female artist, female podcast, sure.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like,
that
oh
say-
yeah, like this female, like what? Like now, yeah. I'm saying it's the connotation, it's the context behind it that makes it degrading.
And you know what's bad in context? If you call a woman in a context like that, like shut up woman, like that's bad.
Who doing that?
The 50s.
Well, they were slapping women around too in the 50s.
No, that seems like an old-fashioned phrasing type thing. When there's like you,
Shut up, woman.
Yeah,
You
like-
sound like Shaft.
it's an old-fashioned thing. But I think that's always been like.
But you guys like that streamer university shit? You guys enjoyed it?
I wasn't really keeping up like too heavy. I'd catch the clips.
I'm saying
But-
that shit happened on the weekend. Anybody who was keeping up with that,
It went on for at least a week.
No, it was a weekend.
It was only one weekend.
Yeah, the rollout was longer than that.
You know what we're talking about? You look
yeah.
like you look
No,
lost.
I was watching like I'll see like the clips and stuff. Of, you know.
That was only 3 days.
Yeah, it was only 3 days. And
What?
people had mixed reviews on it. Some people thought that all the big streamers were kind of just clicked up with each other. But then there was other perspectives where people were saying the small streamers were moving too timid. Like we said, like being in the right spot. People weren't speaking up. People weren't trying to, they were kind of just waiting their turn and they never got their turn. People weren't really pushing up on people. So I guess it depends on, what side you look at it. I do agree that nothing is handed to you. And like, if you're in a room, it's up to you to make something shake. Like they don't have to, give you anything on a golden platter.
I agree. Shout out to Kaya who made some shit shake.
You
That's
need
funny.
to be. You are muted for 2 minutes.
Also, I seen a lot of people saying that they That was the first time they've seen India Love's personality,
I like her.
and they really liked her.
I like her a lot.
Crazy. She had 4,000 followers on Twitch beforehand. And by
Only
the end of-
4,000?
Yeah, 'cause she wasn't a streamer, and by the end of the weekend, she had 400,000.
God damn.
So she went stupid on that.
That is crazy growth. What the hell?
Yeah, so she's about to go crazy, but it makes sense for her, you know.
Yeah, she
But,
was giving off a good personality, a good vibe.
Yeah,
you know.
But the thing about Streamer University that I wanted to talk about was specifically Agent. If you guys don't know, he's a guy in AMP. He was doing a class, like teaching a class, and he was showing his revenue for last month, and it said his total. No, it said brand deals 300K, total revenue 750K, total expenses 500K. And people were shocked, like, what were you spending 500K on? And I sent it to Zoie, and Zoie almost had an aneurysm. Because she's like, what could you possibly be spending 500K on? But do you think that if you're making 700, you could spend 500 in a month, like just on your craft? Because this is like
absolutely.
payroll, B&Bs, flights, all that type
Absolutely,
of stuff.
yeah, for
You think you could like...
I do think he overspent though, and I think he admitted that.
I think so.
Right during
Does
the
that
presentation.
make sense as a good financial?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it depends on what you're doing, and it could be a high month. Like if you're only looking at it in a vacuum of like 1 month, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I know even like with music, like there's months where you spend way more money than you're supposed to. But like
on what?
I mean, okay, like say you got to go to another country to do something, you got to pay for the B&B. You got to pay for the flights for everybody.
Who is everybody?
Your team that's coming. So say you have a manager, say you have somebody who's your assistant, say you have
Cameraman.
say you're bringing a camera person down. That's four flights right there. You're going to the UK, it's $1,000 per flight. That's $4,000 in flight. UK member is pounds. So whatever it is here, double it. So say you get an Airbnb, you're only going, let's say you go for 2 weeks, 14 days, you get an Airbnb and you're looking at like maybe 800 pounds a night, maybe to 1,000 pounds a night.
What type of air?
Real talk. And like, London's expensive. That's $1,000. That's $2,000. 12, 14 nights, 2,000 times was at 28,000. Was that 28,000?
I'm not the math guy.
20. I think that's 20. Yeah, 14.
got it.
That's $28,000, and you paid for flights. You're already at 30 something, $32,000, right? Like, and you haven't eaten. You're at this point you're walking around because you don't have transportation. You know what I'm trying to say? Ubers, cars, whether you get a service, depending on the level you're at. And if you're like a big guy like that, like you're not taking bare Ubers. So you have to get a car service. You know what I'm trying to say? Like this bare shit, like shit really adds up. Like when you don't think about it. And that's like at the bare, not forget about like another artist or another celebrity being like, oh, let's go to dinner tonight. You know what I'm trying to say? Like these are all things like all of a sudden you blink and you drop 50 bands on a trip and you have no idea why. But it's not that you overspent. It's not like man's out here popping 10 bottles of Azul or 42 and pouring up girls. It's just so I can only imagine as a streamer, like all the tech people you have to probably bring. You know what I'm trying to say?
The backpack that they use to stream, like the one that they connect to their camera to get data, their backpack called the TVU bag is $30,000.
Wow.
That's how much it is?
What's that backpack do?
It gives the signal. It's like a giant data backpack.
Yes, because you need that to stream live.
need
I
it.
always be curious, like how you.
What?
Yeah. So
I
the
thought a lot
stream-
of them were using like
the stream
phone
runs
data. Wow.
smooth.
Like a mobile Wi-Fi router.
That's smart.
On the high end. Like there's a cheaper one, but the one that they use, that one specifically, 30 bands for
Crisp,
just
no
the
interruptions.
backpack.
When you're running businesses like that, like
Well,
especially when you're
people say
making
you
a
gotta
lot.
spend money to make money.
Streamer
so-
cameramen are almost like becoming their own celebrities in their own right. Like they get their own motion just off of being that.
It wouldn't happen without them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that like Kai was like so stressed by that? And like you see, he like broke down and cried and stuff at the AMAs. Like, damn, this was a lot on me. I don't think I can do it again.
I get it, because you have to think, like, people are stupid. So mans are taking that opportunity. They're going there and doing foolishness. Like, people are getting hurt and people are saying this happened there and that happened there. And at the end of the day, like, it all falls back on him.
Yeah.
So anything stupid that happens, even if you did it and you did it, if it's my thing, I'm going to be responsible.
Right.
So you probably just want people to just be on their best behavior, but you know when you're streaming and it's content, some people will take content too far and now people are bugging out. people found the location of where they were at. It was supposed to be like a low-key thing. There's thousands of people outside every day. Now you got to get police to handle the crowds, security's out there. And then now that was a story too. And now you're hearing the security's being too rough with people, and girls are saying the security's pushing them around. And now that's another issue. And you know,
Every issue comes to him.
exactly. A girl went to the hospital because something happened, and she's saying, "Oh, like the last person I saw was Kai. Now he has to go to the hospital." You know,
I saw that.
I didn't think about all those liabilities, man. It
it's
looked
a
like
lot
that
of liability.
They had like a BB gun fight or something, right?
Yeah, one girl shot in the eye, something like that.
It's
Someone
not
got
like-
shot in the eye?
I think one of
With
them
a Orby,
girl,
yeah.
with a girl with a BB gun.
What university was this, man?
So
Yeah. Also, like, was it a real
it was in
university
Akron.
who let
It
them?
was University of Akron.
Damn, how did they pull
really?
that? Like,
Connects.
Bag.
Connects. And can you imagine how expensive it probably was to rent the University of Akron
dorm?
Right?
for a weekend? And
Would
Not
you do
just
it?
the dorm, the whole thing.
if they're like, "Yo, B.Rob, come to Streamer University,"
Yeah.
Would you go from, like,
You get beer fogged from that.
you know how to shake and move. And then that's something I think Toronto people are good at, because like you said, it's kind of like New York, where it's like Toronto people have that hustle as well.
Yeah,
if you're, it's either like you have the
Damn
hustle
near
or
you
you're
don't.
super lazy. But if you're on the side when you have it, like you could place a Toronto person anywhere and they could make something.
Facts.
They could make it work.
Come out with a mink coat.
If you're that side, if you're not on the luckless side, if you're
okay.
on the side that really can make
Girl,
something
so you
work,
can make something shake for sure.
yeah, for sure. Because I feel like even in the stuff that I be around, you could just tell the difference in energies kind of from where people are from. I don't know how, if I can notice it, maybe because Toronto's so multicultural and you're able to identify people. Like, you can look at someone, as someone from Toronto, you can almost say it's just a black person. 7 times out of 10, you can maybe look at them and know their background. That's not normal, you know.
True.
Like,
That
that's
is
not
true.
normal. You can tell by someone's head shape what country they're from. That's
shout
not
out to
normal.
the Ghanaians.
That's not normal, you know.
Hey, you won.
So
Are you Ghanaian? Why you touch your head like that?
it's funny. But yeah, nah, I think they did a good job. I do think he probably won't do it again, but he'll probably just have a new crazy idea also. But that amount of money is insane. But,
Yeah, that's a. I don't think I'd be able to survive one of those. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If he invited you, would you pull up?
Oh, Duke Dennis was there, so yeah.
So he got his girl took by DDG?
I think it's just like a bit that they're kind of
It's-
Yeah,
it's
doing.
because
a
like,
bit.
are they real people? Like, there's no way they're like that's how they are in real life.
No, it's a bit.
Like, they have been putting on a little like.
It's the
something.
thing with Duke
What
that
are
all
you
the girls want Duke, so it's just like a competition between him and all the other guys. They're all scared that he's gonna take their girl, and they
It's-
kind of lean into it, and it's
It's
you know
all a bit.
Are they all acting?
Yeah, basically. It's like reality television.
Yeah.
It's like you're yourself, but you're a heightened version because you know it's gonna be
So it's like
entertaining.
nonstop improv.
Yeah,
basically.
literally.
yeah.
I feel like some people that stream like that, they must lose themselves, bro. Because if you have that camera on all the time and you're playing a character, you are now that character.
If you have to be somebody else for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Kai was showering with draws on for like a month, which I think is insane. So
Good.
yeah, when what was it called? Mafia-thon? Where he literally streamed like 24 hours a day
heard about
nonstop. And like there were cameras in the shower, so obviously he can't have his dick out. So he was showering with like draws on.
That's on my dick.
See, you gotta turn off that camera sometimes.
Yeah,
Streaming too.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
Yeah.
What he's talking about.
So
But yeah, man, that type of money, and you can go into crazy debt for all of that type of stuff too, because obviously everyone's not gonna make it. But that was something that, like, I saw a tweet where someone was talking about how, yo, why does my credit score even really matter? Because credit scores mainly are to get a house, and I can't afford a house anyway. So why would I care about my credit score?
that's not true.
That's on my dick.
Your credit
So
score is
what
not
do you
only to
guys
get a
think?
house.
What are the main stuff that you use your credit score for?
Your phone bill,
Car.
car. Well, yeah, big purchases. The biggest purchase would yes be
Honestly,
property.
if you want to buy a car outright,
Yeah, but not
Nobody
what
doing
year
that.
car?
If you ever want to borrow money or get like a new credit card or something like that, you need
credit
to
card,
have.
you want a loan. Yeah.
Unless you
But
have
think-
20
see-
bands cash, you can't buy
yeah,
no
but think
car.
about it. The type of person who is almost giving up on their credit score is probably not looking to get a loan or a finance for it. Like these are people in very hard situations in life.
Yeah, I will say this: like, if you don't care about buying a car,
and you don't care about buying a
don't care
house,
about getting a house, then
you can get a phone without a credit
You
score.
can figure life out.
You could, but like, all right, let's say you need to drive. How are you gonna get a car? Because you can't the car market right now is dog shit.
You get a little hoopty
for $7,000 maybe.
Yeah.
The average person doesn't have 7 bands to bop out for a car.
Yeah.
But I don't think at that point, if you're saying screw your credit score, you can't take on you can't finance.
But that's what I'm trying to say. If you're at that point too, then you're also at the point where you don't have 7 bands.
Yeah.
So you're getting a little Flintstone whip for $1,500.
No, you're not getting
There's no car for $1,500.
You're gonna have to go public transit.
Yeah. You're gonna be transit.
And you're broke still. Public transit expensive. I haven't taken the bus in God knows how long. But what's the bus? What is that? Like probably five bones right now.
$4 something now.
Something like
You're jumping a blue boy in the TTC tick right now. That's crazy. It's probably like that.
Scarborough is
like
jumping
4 or
out.
something.
Why are the Scarborough accents? I feel like Scarborough accents are like Toronto accents that people get misconstrued. Because every Toronto accent is a Scarborough man. You, Hassan, like all you guys, like your accents are so deep.
Nah, but it's your
Like it just jumped out so hard. Like what was that?
They get passionate.
Blue boy, I was like, what was like?
No, but you really have to ask yourself though. Like if I have to drop a bill in the TTC, like if I have to drop a paper note in there, something's wrong.
Yeah.
But you can't afford to take bus if you have to pay $5 for bus.
Yo, pause.
You're walking.
Wow.
You know what though? You know what though? Wait, he got it. You know what though?
I was gonna let it slide.
You said it twice and I said it.
And he hugged it.
And then you said bust it out. Pause it. Pause it. We gotta pause it. I know those guys were like, they were trying not to
You just
pause.
gave them. You gave them ammo for 10 years just now.
But I felt all the I felt all their fists clenching because they're like, yo, someone pause this guy.
The best thing you have to do when that happens is you have to just accept it and move on. You know what I'm saying? You got me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept it. Let's fuck up. But you know, what do you want Matt to say? Like, I'm trying to say, public transit, I get it, but fuck, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I get it, bro, but like, fuck.
That's all right. We can move on as well. What did Cardi B do?
What did Cardi B do? Cardi B didn't do anything. I mean, Cardi B and Stefon Diggs have been, I guess, dating or seeing each other or whatever that is. Word on the street is Stefon Diggs is kind of like he's a wild boy. Like he's kind of like a freaky youth. Like he gets around. Him and Cardi B have been seen together publicly. Mo had made a statement saying that, listen, Stefon Diggs is basically that. He's a pass around. So like this is not a thing that's gonna last. They were seen on a yacht together in Miami, your favorite place. And there was Cardi B like dancing with all like these, half naked girls in one clip. And then there was a scene of Stefon Diggs on the same yacht. And all these girls were like swarming him. And they're like, oh, he's like, what's my name? They were like, daddy. Because bitches are such fucking things. And all of a sudden he like pulls out this bag with like pink cocaine. And then the
2CB.
Yeah. And on camera. Which to me is crazy because like, he looks at the camera. So it was like, it's like he almost didn't care.
Yeah.
And then was like talking to like 3 girls, be like, oh, like this is worse than Offset. What is Cardi B doing? This is bad for business, blah, blah, blah. So that's what happened. I don't know what your takes on it are. But
Stefon Diggs vibing. I don't know. Why is everybody
Stefon's vibing. Cardi's getting her lick back. Like it's kind of they're doing their thing.
I mean,
they were at the Knicks game too, right?
yeah, that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like if she's cool with him doing whatever he's doing, then
you're not hiding it.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing being a fun nigga? Stefon Diggs just a fun nigga. He don't gotta be a husband, no nothing. If that was Offset, he's out of here.
Yeah, Offset couldn't do that.
But if it's
Stefon Diggs just a fun nigga. He could do that. His girl's twerking with the other girls in the back. He lit.
But
Yeah, you can pull out some.
Russell
Uwa.
Wilson is toast if that happens, though. You know.
Yeah, he
Russell
can't do
Wilson
that.
can't do that. That's not his
Even if he was single,
Russell
I feel
Wilson
like
couldn't
it would
be
just.
on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not happening.
He couldn't be
Also,
on
he,
that.
he wants his life to be just boring in one note.
Yeah. But I feel like I don't
boring
think this
niggas.
is more. I don't think this is about Cardi B. It's more about like Stefon Diggs is a wild dude. Like you are, I get it. Not all athletes should be looked at as public figures if they don't want to. By the end of the day, you are one of like the biggest wide receivers in the NFL.
Yeah.
So for you to be like on camera, like pulling out
But who
drugs,
was recording that? Like, why?
someone on the yacht. And like I
It's
said,
it's the most 8K video you'll see in your
A
life.
bad friend.
like it's a clean video. Like it's not like this is blurry.
And he
we
backed out the bag.
Back-
I didn't
the
see
bag.
that part. I
I
seen the
didn't see
video.
that part.
I didn't see
100%,
that.
100. He literally backs out the bag and opens it,
Yeah.
And Shorty takes it from him.
and
too.
your girl takes it from
and
him.
he's like,
See,
don't-
but you could
don't
beat
take
that.
all of it.
You could beat that in court.
Who's
was
that?
coke.
Who is it? What's his name?
Because
Stefon
how are
Diggs.
you
What does he
gonna-
do?
He's an NFL wide receiver.
I mean, watch football too tough.
Because now you could beat that because you can't prove what was in this bag. This could have been crushed up pop rocks for all,
All
you
right,
know.
man.
Yeah.
You
You can't
lawyer,
beat
jump
that.
out. Come on.
You
Like
can't
that's
prove- this could be glitter.
Mucho knows the acronym and everything.
Unless
though,
It's
you-
so.
on video. I mean, yeah, it could be anything. So.
Yeah, and it's not like he was actively. It's not like he was actively doing the drugs. He just pulled out a bag of something.
said
that
he's not
looked
gonna do it.
like paraphernalia.
he said that in the video.
You said this.
Yeah, I beat that. Nah, I'm beating that.
Match that up.
So then we're-
Roger Goodell gonna. I can't sit down for that.
Yeah, that's more the concern. If like
He's
you know,
being a good host.
you go and have a bad season and everything, then now all of a sudden
Being a
people
good
are
host.
playing that video.
That's like offering people a beer.
Okay.
That's a Miami beer.
Yeah, that's a Miami beer.
Is your Coke is a Miami beer,
That's hilarious.
and I don't drink beer.
I mean,
So-
yeah, Coke it definitely goes around Miami like nothing, but they're known as like a Coke port.
Not the Miami, I know.
That's what you know.
He's like, I don't
Listen,
know. That's
keep
not-
going up. You'll see that soon.
You're gonna see it.
Yeah. Even if you watch like TV, like
I don't see it.
You never heard about
you even on TV.
I mind the business that pays me.
Wow, that's crazy. What'd you say, sir?
You never heard about the pink cocaine though?
I don't do
I've never heard
cocaine,
of
so I've
that.
never heard about.
I heard
pink
about that with
cocaine.
Diddy's thing.
Diddy, yeah, Diddy does it too.
Yeah.
What is
That's
it?
the only time I heard about it
I
too.
heard it's like a
It's
mix
like-
of
is it ketamine?
Yeah, ketamine
Yeah.
and MDMA, and they dye it pink.
Yeah, it's not cocaine at all. It's
sounds
like experimental drugs.
Sounds like a Jeffrey. Jesus.
Yeah. But what do you do? It's like a powder, so you snort
yeah,
it.
you sniff it same ways. Yeah. 2CB.
I don't like anything in my nose, yo.
Is that what they call Tusi?
I don't.
2C? Yeah, same thing as 2C.
I did not know.
Oh, that's what they mean. That's what they're talking about.
Right,
Okay.
right.
No.
Short for 2CB.
I can't do them nose things.
Not me neither. You know what
It's
I
not
mean?
for me. But people, they look like they're having the best time though. I'm low key
blast.
jealous of people who do it.
Who do cocaine?
Yeah,
Really?
bro.
They just talk a lot.
Nah, I've seen people like down bad. Like, you know, they're drunk, they can barely see, they're throwing up, and they do a line of coke and it's like boom, they're back,
facts.
ready to party, keep going. I'm like, bro,
This is why
I'm
we
just
have
gonna
no
die.
ads.
Oh,
This is why we have no ads.
ads, just
Bro,
not,
if Vice could get ads, we can too. Bro.
yeah. But it's like, it's not even, I'm not trying to say I want to do cocaine. I'm just saying I've seen it. And this is what they warn you about in school. But people who do cocaine can party like all the time.
See, my thing is I could party all the time regardless. I don't need no cocaine.
With alcohol, I mean, I don't need it. But with alcohol, though,
Yeah.
you have to pace your alcohol to party all the time. Because alcohol is
You party with us, went to Juve, that ate breakfast with us the next morning. You
Yeah.
didn't need no cocaine.
But I also was like dying. I slept for like 3 hours after. People who do cocaine don't need to sleep.
Yeah.
It's a stimulant.
They think they don't until that next morning.
They just do more coke.
Could land the plane upside down if you know, the right stuff.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
no.
that movie.
That's
Watched
one
it the
thing I
other
could.
day.
No. Cocaine
Call that the white Wakanda. A big pile of coke.
That's what that's
that's-
called. The white Wakanda.
The white
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
What's
we'll
a
see.
white Wakanda?
The funny thing is, like, I moved downtown and I started seeing black people doing cocaine.
Damn.
Oh, 100%. Especially in the U.S. A lot of black people do cocaine in the U.S.
That's
do
crazy.
they at least like do it fly? Like, are they like
What's a fly?
Is there's a cool black way to do cocaine?
like like
This is why we have no ads.
yeah, they at least do it fly, like throw it up in the air, catch it like that or something.
Okay, come on.
That's so
Some
cartoonish.
swaggy.
There is like cooler ways to do it though. There is. Cause it's like niggas could put it on like a dusty table or whatever, what blah blah blah. That's a little whack. But then there's some niggas that just pull out a key. Damn.
Nah, man, I can't co-sign that one. Bro.
I know.
They rub me the wrong way. Yeah,
But I won't lie. When you're in high school and they teach you like, oh, there's coke. In high school, when they teach you like, oh, like stay away from drugs, kids, and there's weed, and there's a gateway drug, and then there's cocaine, and there's heroin. You're like, bro, I will never see this shit. Like you're a kid, like, bro, why are you teaching me this stuff? Like that's never gonna come across. And then you hit like university. You're like, yo, like y'all actually be doing it. Like you guys were listening to Miss Harris. Like people are actually doing this shit. Like people that I know. Went to high school with, and I'm like, yo, mans are actually like, what are we doing cocaine for?
But you went to a white high school though, no?
I did, yeah.
So wasn't there like bare like druggies there and shit?
Yeah, because people were bored. They were just rich white kids who had nothing to do, so they would do drugs.
Were they on Fenty before it was cool?
Fentanyl? I don't know about that.
No.
That is way above me.
Yeah, the white boys in my high school, they're on Fenty, bro.
Fenty's
crazy.
cool.
That's
Well,
crazy.
before it was cool, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But what do you mean cool, though?
I don't know if it's
Before
cool
it was
now.
mainstream. Before it was mainstream.
What do you mean mainstream? That can kill
Fenty's
you.
mainstream now.
It can kill you.
But you hear about it everywhere. It's popping.
What do you mean popping? It can literally
The popularity is very high.
Yeah.
You don't take fentanyl for fun.
Well, some people do.
No.
You don't think some people do?
No.
Some people
do.
know that
Some people
pill's
do.
pressed.
Some people do.
You can
Facts.
literally die from fentanyl.
Huh?
Like, do you understand what fentanyl is? Like, if
Yes, I do.
Like, even if like a drug like cocaine's laced with fentanyl, like you can die
I know. You're
People
not
know
teaching-
that.
from like the smallest amounts.
Yeah, and sometimes
still
it's
risking
controlled
their
and
life.
stuff. And then they say
They
F
use it in medical situations.
Did you not hear Super Gremlin?
I don't know what that is.
I knew that perk was fake, but I still ate it because I'm a gremlin.
Okay, no.
That's what he's talking about.
heard that song?
You're too busy Kodak bopping to listen to the lyrics. You said you listened to lyrics. You didn't hear that?
You don't know
What
that
song
song?
is that?
You know that song.
We
You know
could have
the
been superstars.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know that bar. I just be bopping. I did not know these
So you
songs.
don't listen to lyrics.
Got to actually.
That's how it is with rappers. They
Drugs
talk about
scare
their
me, dead
they
ass.
talk about their addiction, and we're doing the Dougie.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, the only pills I pop are Tylenol,
That's good.
and even then I get scared.
you never
You
pop-
made me scared. Take Tylenol.
Tylenol. Yeah, don't do that on after you drink. That's gonna fuck up your stomach lining.
Are you? I'm not gonna get to it. It's fine.
Nah, we could get into research it. I'm
Yeah.
always right anyway.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Speaking of stomach lining,
Let's hear it.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
hear
go.
what's this grits and eggs thing here?
Oh yeah. So there's a guy on the Grits and Eggs podcast.
Oh, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, you were not
I
explaining
thought
that.
we were having like a food debate.
I thought it was a food debate.
No.
Sarah's about to be so pissed knowing when he just transitioned our topic.
It's like a fake serious topic about men
The
having.
accountability of black men. You sure you don't want to transition into something else?
No, let's go. Let's go.
You had no idea what you were transitioning into.
Do you want me to paraphrase or we play the actual video?
How long is the video?
Paraphrase.
It's like a minute, but
Yeah, play it. Shut up, Tresor. Sometimes we have to get deep on the show. People like it.
yeah.
We were just talking about fentanyl and fake pills.
But that is an educational thing, though.
yeah, I'm putting people
There's
on.
nothing wrong with talking about drugs. What?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we do.
We
No.
educated about
About how fentanyl gets used. People use it
But
recreationally.
isn't there fentanyl in epidurals?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's fentanyl epidurals.
There's
I
good
didn't
ways
know
to
that.
use
So
it.
like, yeah, for men, well, I'm the only woman. I'm literally the only one in the room. Crazy. When your
That's 20 people here,
women
you
give
don't
birth
do it.
and they take epidural, it's fentanyl. Obviously, it's very controlled, but it's to literally numb you from the waist down.
Holy smokes. this
Yeah.
shit's not
I'm so
clicking.
glad I'm not a girl, bro. Y'all go through too much.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
and you guys still talk back.
Yeah, life. It's life.
Yeah.
That's life.
That back is crazy.
God forbid I have an opinion.
Yeah. When you know everything we go through, you still want to fix your lip and chat.
All right, this.
Until your penis tears to your booty hole to give birth, I don't want to hear it.
We weren't designed like that. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
So in relation to that, I guess let's see if men should be accountable for other men.
You may not harass women. You may know how to take rejection. The majority of men that most women deal with do not. And you are accountable for that as well. Because I don't got time to figure out which white people are nice, which white people aren't racist, or da-da-da-da-da. I have to go on the actions of the group.
Right.
The group as a whole and the history of that group as a whole tells me that they are a danger to me and they are not to be trusted.
Right.
And if you can understand that as a black man and your stance towards white people, then you should absolutely be able to understand women's stance towards you. It's not a war on you, Wage.
He keeps going after that.
That was an important bar, though.
Yeah, that was the last one over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's getting cooked.
No, it's polarizing. It's
Fair enough. I've been seeing more the men.
a lot of men got mad at that take.
Men love getting mad for what?
So what?
But what was the killer?
This is how it's gonna go.
So
What was his overall?
yeah. So basically, to paraphrase, he's saying, men should feel accountable or should be accountable for what other men have done, and then use the analogy that when he sees a white person, he doesn't assume, he already distrusts them already just because of the things that white people have done in the past. So if you could understand that as a black man, you should understand how women feel about men in general.
Yeah, I think you can understand it and still not want to get called trash every day.
Okay.
You can understand. I completely understand it. I don't think women are wrong for feeling the way that they feel at all.
But do you think you should be accountable for other men's actions? That's basically what he's saying.
Hold other men accountable, yes, but I don't think because of what someone else did, I should be held accountable for that. But I can understand if a woman is weary of me because I'm a man and what men could do. I completely understand that. But I don't think everyone should get grouped in together. But I understand why people group people in together.
Why you made that face?
Because last week, we had the argument again about respectability politics, where you said, you're basically saying the same thing, where you said black people, we are a collective, right?
Yeah,
so
we represent each other.
Stop. So if Jaquan is the sexually aggressive black dude, you're looked at as the sexually aggressive black dude, and that's just how the world is.
Yeah.
So if Jaquan sexually assaulted someone and he's black, a man, then would it not be the same as me looking at men the same way?
But I just said I understand it. I said I don't like being grouped in, but I understand why you do it. Is that not what I said?
That's what he said.
I said that.
Yeah.
You essentially...
Yeah, but last week it was a different connotation the way you're saying it.
No, because I was coming from the perspective of, okay, I'll relate it like this. Because of how women think about men, I think men need to take extra steps to make sure that women are comfortable around them. That's more relating to what I'm saying. I'm not just going to be in a room with women acting however I want to act. I have to be conscious to make sure that they feel comfortable around
You have to be accountable?
Do you think that's also
I don't think
includes
that's accountability.
Do you think that includes holding
I
other
don't
men
think it's
accountable?
accountable either. I don't like how he used the word.
Yeah, accountable is a heavy word.
You
to use
can't
in
ask men
context.
to be accountable for something that they didn't do.
Yeah, all I could do is be accountable for myself or
My
speak
past
up
actions.
for things that I see or people that I know. But because someone did something down there, that doesn't I have nothing to do with
That's
that.
ridiculous.
But you were saying that black people should be accountable for Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Right.
Not be accountable. No, that's not what I said. That they need to be accountable. I said we need to hold ourselves accountable and bring ourselves up to a higher standard.
Okay, so you men need to hold yourselves accountable and bring yourselves up to a higher standard when it comes to women.
Yeah, but I just said that.
You didn't just say that.
I
feel
just-
like you
I see what she's trying to say.
You know what I'm
Stone.
saying? Like,
I get what she's
yeah.
trying to say.
But yes, okay. I get what you're saying, but the way that I'm presenting it is it's a little bit different because it's in a smaller vacuum where it's like, of course, if something happens in this room, I can hold them accountable. But just saying men overall, and there's 4 billion men, I can't now bear the weight of everything that all 4 billion men do because I don't have any connection to them in terms of I can't make a difference for what that guy in Timbuktu is doing.
That's the same thing that I was saying. I can't bear the weight of all black people. So we should remove that mindset. That's what I was saying before.
But
you
in
were
this
like-
situation, there's no you can't remove. There's no like.
Well, it is the mindset that men, you can say some women think that a lot of men or the average man is dangerous or they cross the street when they see a man or whatever. It's the same thing.
But what would be the mindset that men have to remove?
Everyone, what was it? What did he say? What was the argument about being accountable?
But that's not a mindset. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a bit
yeah,
different.
it is kind of. He's basically saying that every man needs to be accountable when it comes to how women feel about men.
Can I be so real? I think the dude doesn't understand what accountable means.
This is what I'm saying. I think something. Yeah, like
He actually means well.
Yeah.
The guy, Mr. Grits and Eggs, I don't know his name.
Mr.
he actually means well, and he's saying something that Tresor. What he means is what Tresor means too. But accountability is holding yourself to a standard for your past actions, for yours.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
be
Not
accountable
others.
for someone else.
Like the
or somebody you're responsible for. Like if I have a youth, I can hold myself accountable for the actions of my youth.
Okay.
Sure,
You see what I'm trying to say?
Or someone who's your responsibility.
Yeah, but you can't expect me to hold myself accountable for a man I don't know.
Like if you see a woman that's like walking in front of you and then you cross the street to make her feel less like uncomfortable to pass her or whatever,
Yeah.
is that me being
So
accountable?
is that being accountable?
No, that's just
or
being
is that-
cognizant.
Yeah,
That's just being
I would call that
cognizant
being
of-
accountable.
That's just recognizing like maybe a bias or recognizing somebody's thoughts about something.
Understanding.
Right.
So to be respectful to that person, you adjust. But that's not being accountable. That's just recognizing something and being a good person. You know what I'm trying to say? But like taking accountability for somebody else's action. I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
I might be sorry for the situation, but I can't be sorry for him because you also don't give me the praise for anything good that they do. You know what I'm trying to say? You're not like, oh yeah, men do these great things, so like, yeah, I should be praised for the shit that this guy did. I don't fucking know who that is.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Do you
that's a
think
good point.
empathy works as a better swap out? Because it's kind of like putting yourself in someone else's shoes, right?
Empathy would
I
be
think
a
it's
better word.
empathy, or I also think it's it's like being cognizant.
Cognizant, understanding, and empathetic.
Yeah.
I think work better than accountable.
I also
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. Maybe this is a hot take, but I don't instinctively distrust white people when I meet them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I'm not on the radical I hate white people.
But
way,
he didn't say hate.
you know?
He said distrust. There's a
distrust
difference.
and dislike. Yeah, I don't inherently distrust white people. I distrust white people in certain positions, like police officers and them. But like, just if a white dude trusts me, I'm not automatic. If a white dude walks by me, I'm not automatically on guard. You know?
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think I
Anybody.
like immediately distrust white people, but I feel like there's also in the back of my mind, like I'm questioning how they look at me. If that makes sense. Not distrust, but it's like, how is this person actually viewing me right now?
Yeah.
And I think that's a valid assumption,
Okay.
right?
And you got that little chip on your shoulder. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's a chip. I mean, we've seen a lot of things. There's a lot of racism that happens all the time, overtly, covertly, like it happens. So it's more when I step into a room and it's a lot of, I'm like, okay, I'm like, how am I being viewed right now?
Yeah.
See, but if you're saying what you were saying last week, you would step in the room and not care how anyone views you at all. Like that thought wouldn't even be in your mind of how anyone's viewing you.
Y'all both pulling each other's.
It's a very nuanced conversation, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's very hard to be like 100% on either
But
side.
I'm not changing myself based on that though.
Yeah, but you're still aware of it.
I guess, but I'm not gonna like I don't code switch, so I'm not gonna adjust myself or the way that I dress or the way that I speak because white people are in the room now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Like this is me.
You should, and what I think maybe people might have missed is I'm saying you should adjust how you act if some people are saying that you act rowdy. I think we as black people should adjust how we act for ourselves, to be a better representation for younger generations and for the rest of us.
Yeah, because
Not
white boys
to
can wild
impress
out more than
them.
we can.
Real code switching is important. Was there something wrong with doing that?
To a certain extent.
Because
How do you navigate the world without being? How do you navigate the world without being able to adjust to? Code switching to me is just adjusting to like your scenario or surrounding.
Yeah. I know you didn't sound like this in law school.
Huh?
No, no.
I mean, to me, it's like when I feel like code switching is like this is so far removed from you. To me, that doesn't make sense. Like, obviously, maybe I could to a certain extent because I don't go to work and I don't slang talk everything or I don't say niggas at work or blah blah blah. So maybe it's like a code switch in a sense. But like, I don't change the tone of my voice. Like, I don't,
100%. Well, for 100%,
I don't
like
think I do.
I don't know. I do. Like when I was in school and shit, and if I had to talk to people, I'm not gonna be speaking to them as maybe as fast or in a deeper tone. Like sometimes
Right.
when you want to be friendly or received well, you speak in a more polite tone. You speak in a brighter, you know what I mean, like with a brighter voice, or you
But what
have
if
more
you're
energy.
naturally like that?
If you're naturally what, like.
Just I don't know.
You have to adjust to be good at what you do. You have to adjust. If you're working with people, like I can't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if
think
I'm a mellow tone, if I'm like a, what's it called? Monotone
Monotone?
person.
Yeah.
And like I'm working with people and I have to like, I'm doing sales or something like that. I can't sit there with a monotone voice and expect to excel in my career.
Or
you
talking
have
to
to be
kids.
aware.
But I'm big on not code switching for kids. Speak to them like adults. That's how they develop better.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
I mean like no baby talk, you know?
I dap him up. I don't even hug him.
You don't hug kids?
Nah, man.
See my nephew, what's up, Lil?
Yeah, what
You
up,
know?
though? Yeah.
Are you serious?
Come on. Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's mad dumb.
The 3-year-old?
Yeah.
No, Mucho.
Yeah, why not? We
Why would
dap
you
him
not
up.
hug a kid?
I will, but
Well, it
more
depends.
times I'm
It's
gonna
the
dap
kid
him
you're-
up. Yeah.
It's different, but I think it also is different with men and women. Like, if the kid is not in my family, I'm probably not inherently going to just go hug a
Not hugging a
child.
little youth,
You
that's
know?
not
I'll probably give him some
Yeah, bro, I'm
dap,
dapping,
give him a
yeah.
high five.
Yeah.
Women, you could. Oh, you're so cute. Give me a hug.
I ain't doing
I'm not
that.
running up and
Nah.
hugging him.
Not hugging no you, that's not mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Not even like, do you have kids in your family?
Yeah.
Like nieces or nephews or cousins?
Yeah, but that's like my blood.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're not in my blood, nah.
Yeah, I probably won't do that.
No.
Really?
Yeah, now that I think about it, I never thought about it, but
You have
now
to
that I
be
think
careful
about
of
it,
stuff like that. You never.
I guess as a man, it could be different. Yeah.
and kids
yeah.
don't understand like the dangers, so that people could look at him like, why is this little kid running to you? You don't know them and
Yeah.
hugging them, and you know what I mean? It's weird.
My homegirl who braids my hair, her nephew came downstairs and he literally just like hopped in my lap like he knew me.
Yeah, they don't
Like
get it.
dead ass like hopped in my lap, was climbing on me, hugging me, and I was just like, okay, like you know what I mean? But like I don't know him.
I'm like, whoa!
Yeah.
You can do that as a girl. You can embrace it. You can embrace it as a woman though. Like you can embrace that.
There's no way a random kid
I'll
can just
jump up
hop in
before
my lap.
no.
Jump up! Oh my god!
Crazy. No, there's
Unless
no way.
it's like a baby that I can hold like a baby.
yeah.
If you could sit like a regular
Yeah,
person,
if you can sit up, pull your neck up. No.
Yeah, he was like 3 or 4. He was like I said, he ran downstairs
Yeah.
and just hopped in my lap like hi.
No.
And he sat in my lap for like 10 minutes straight.
They don't know any better.
life. Yeah, they're
They don't know.
innocent.
They don't know anything. They just do whatever, you know.
Oh my god! I mean, I don't know. To me, and you know, like, do you ever like men? You guys don't get like baby fever,
No, hell no.
like you know.
I get baby nightmares.
Like, do you
Got the episode title.
like? Do you see a TikTok of a baby? Oh my god, baby's so cute.
Nah, but I will say that like I'll have like moments where I'm like, yo, like I want a youth to like go play ball or something.
yeah,
I could go like coach my youth to hoop or like run. I want to go to my youth's game.
I'm in that right now with my
Yell at
nephew.
the other parents and shit
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Like that's the shit I would be like, yeah, cool. That would interest me, but I would never see.
like
a
you
kid
see
in
the
my
Ball family get drafted, and you're like,
Yeah,
that would be
yeah,
crazy.
that would be crazy. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but it's not just to have a baby
You have
to dress him up in Dior.
baby hoop fever.
Yeah, baby hoop fever.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You only have baby fever when it comes to hoop dreams.
Yeah.
Little Jordans.
You see the baby Jordans and start getting baby fever.
Yeah, like that's crazy. I
baby,
see
yeah.
like cute babies. I'm like, oh my god, like what a baby.
Nah, that's that estrogen.
Yeah, but men are like, nah, I can never see a random
what
youth
you
and be like so connected to it.
Nah, man.
Because the thing I don't understand with baby fever is like the baby is not going to be a baby forever. And what happens when it's not a baby?
You having more?
Just keep
Yeah,
having more babies.
yeah.
It's like people that only want puppies.
Yeah.
And when the dogs grow up, they dash them.
Oh my god, that's so mean. I can never just dash my dog.
That happens too.
It does
it
happen.
does.
That's a
Yeah.
phenomenon.
God, leave that. happen.
Yeah, well, you can't. Hopefully, you don't just dash your kid because they're getting older. But I do think that people like the whole what
He's looked at me.
people like the whole like
Babies
baby-
are cooler when they're not babies anymore.
What do you mean?
Babies are cooler when they're not babies anymore. When they can start talking, walking.
I like them when they're babies.
You think you can have a connection to a baby? I think we had this conversation before. With
Yes,
about
you
Charlamagne.
should
I can.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, theoretically, I can.
I think you can.
You can't.
Because
I said I can,
Charlamagne,
I can, I can.
Charlamagne said he didn't think he loved his daughter until she like started to show a personality. Like he wasn't connected to the baby.
That is no, that doesn't make sense.
Wait, baby show personality from
You
mad
can
young.
take
Right?
care. I think he was
That's
trying
okay.
to.
Men can have postpartum.
Yeah, I think he was saying that.
No, wait. No,
Maybe the baby had bad vibes.
No,
Like, is that what you're saying?
No. Men
He's just making stuff up.
He's just trying to piss me off.
I'm trying to.
He's just trying to piss me off.
I'm trying to think of where he was coming from. Maybe he was trying to say. I think he probably loved the baby as like it's his baby,
Right.
but he might not have had a connection to say his daughter's name is Alicia. He might have not have had a connection to Alicia, but he loved the baby. You know, you get what I mean?
The baby had to become sentient.
I don't get it.
I don't agree, but I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of what he.
This man said baby can't talk. I want nothing to do with it. Like what?
Can't make sense. I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
That's crazy.
Anyways, should we do some Dear Relentless?
Yeah.
'Cause we haven't done Dear Relentless in a while. All right, B.Rob, we do this thing called Dear Relentless. People write in like either wild stories or scenarios. They ask for advice,
Yeah. Okay.
and we have to give them advice. So because you're here, you can weigh in
Okay.
on some of the takes that we get. Some of them get a little spicy though. I'm warning you. Well, the first one is spicy. All right, so we got one. Ready? Dear Relentless Diaries. Bad sex. All right. In 2019, I met this girl while I was in college and we stayed in contact, but nothing major, just classmates and nothing more. In 2021, we linked up once, but it never turned into anything because neither of us pursued one another. She'd also broken up with her ex around this time after 3 years. Fast forward to February 2025, she slid up on my story and we started talking again. Recently, we've been spending time together, and not too long ago, she came over for dinner and cuddles. The cuddles led to sex, but it wasn't good at all. She couldn't ride, she had no rhythm, and it was like she was trying to force the dirty talk. Mid-stroke, she said, I've been waiting for this, and I kind of regret it. I have no idea where to go at all, and I don't want to pursue anything further, but I don't know how to break it off. To grade it, it was a solid C-.
Okay.
For the guys, Trey, the cameraman included, how would you handle this situation? Zoe, how would you handle the situation as a woman? Much love from Jersey and much love to you guys. You're doing the Lord's work, making people laugh, except Mucho. And Zoe, I need that. Whoa.
Hey!
Oh shit!
Did he at least put his @ so you could see if you need that too?
Hey, what did Chief Key say? We gonna blow New Jersey up.
You're messy as hell. You are messy as hell. Yo, do not start no issues on this pod, please.
There's so much gravity behind that bar. Oh my god.
This guy said you're all funny except for Mucho and Zoe. I need that. That's crazy. Let's focus on the advice. All right, you guys go from a man's perspective. What do you do if a girl's a solid C-?
I'll let B.Rob start.
I just cut off that still. Like personally,
What's the process though?
to cut it off,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't like. That's it.
You ghost her?
Well, you ghost?
Yeah, I can.
No.
You don't even have to ghost. Just don't link.
But wait. Do I want to be friends with her?
I don't know.
Like that matters. If I don't want to be
Yeah.
friends with you, and we know that we're coming into this relationship because we were looking for something physical, and it's bad, I'm off this. You know what I mean? But like, if it's like, yo, I rock with you, and you know, we tried a thing and it didn't work, then it's like, yo, like I just want to be cool, like, you know. It depends on what you want, what he wants, you know. Like, if he wants.
Well,
to be
he
cool.
said that they were kind of like friends ish, or like they knew each other from school. You
Yeah,
know,
but were they friends because
Yeah, sounds-
he was trying to hit, or were they friends because they were
Sounds like
actually
it.
friends?
Sounds
he
like
didn't
it.
give that much detail.
It sounds like they were friends because he was trying to get through.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then he got through,
And
it
he
was
got
a
through, and
C-.
it's just, so then you just cut.
You can't just cut though.
Why not?
No,
Because
That's
I guess because
mean.
she's so giddy, he feels bad.
Like she's dirty talking and shit.
Yeah, but a girl wouldn't feel bad.
What?
They would not. Yeah.
They would not feel
They'd
bad.
roast
Like,
you.
yeah,
They'd
like,
promote
if
how
he
bad
was,
you are.
Yeah, if his thing was, if he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, and she's just gonna be like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
is
feel like
true.
we should normalize not just ghosting people. It's not, especially right after sex. It's not nice.
So you
Wh-
can
but
roast
why?
them but not ghost them?
Yeah, like
Roast but not ghost.
why are you entitled to like my like
Not
energy?
entitled, but maybe it's just like, that was fun, but
It wasn't fun.
Had a horrible time.
It wasn't fun. This was
can't
bad.
say it
It was
was
bad, and I don't want to be mean, so I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
You know, like I can tell you the truth. This sucks. So, but like I don't want to do that.
And
So
we
like
would
I'm
never,
just,
we would never say
yeah,
that.
I'm just gonna, you know.
You
But then I feel like that would, I don't know, that's bothersome.
he could hit him with the "we're not compatible" type shit.
We're not compatible after sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden we're not compatible.
Well,
but
I
I'm
feel
just
like, do you guys though feel like, sometimes you don't, if you average 30 points, you may have a 15-point night. Do you feel like she should get another
It depends on how
probably stab
bad.
at things?
It
You know,
depends.
How bad.
it feels like there's a lot of
How bad.
history and plot behind all this. You know, I
She
feel
sounded
like
nervous.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
Some guys miss on the first night.
Right. You give him
Like,
another shot.
I have before, and it was way better. But like I said, some guys, I'm like, bro, what the hell? That was weak. I'm like, all right, maybe.
They
and
also,
then,
I feel like women though in general, actually both.
I know girls in relationships with guys who like a lot of girls like, yeah, the first time we had sex, it was not it. But then the second time, whatever, it got better. But like guys, people have nerves the first time.
For sure.
As
They
a
try
general,
to show out, it could backfire or whatever that looks.
as a general rule of thumb though, don't you feel like I've been waiting for this person usually, like people say it usually is underwhelming. That person that's been waiting and there's,
It's been 50-50.
I wouldn't really know.
Yeah. When
The
you hype something up too
anticipation
much, I
build
get
up
you.
and everything
That's
never
why you gotta
matches
just
up.
be chill. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I
I'm
don't
not
know if I've ever,
hyping, like-
yeah,
I'm not
I don't
hyping
ever
nothing.
anticipated someone like
you get
that.
what you
No,
get
but
when you get there.
has someone anticipated you and been like, yo, I've been trying, like they've been,
I don't
since
like
high
that
school
either.
trying to, and then
high
you
school.
finally give them a chance to crack and then it's underwhelming?
You guys fucking fans?
See, that's the thing. I don't like that either. Don't even for other women.
I
Don't
like how that
hype
sounds.
me to other people because now I'm held to that standard. Like, what if I have a bad day?
Like when Ariana
It's gonna
Grande
be
did to
even
Pete
worse.
Davidson.
Wait, don't hype you to other women?
Nah, let them just find out on their own. Because if I get hyped, now you have this expectation, and if I have a bad day, it's even worse.
If
then
the man hit it good, I'm not telling shit.
Oh, yeah.
Mind your business.
You smart. You selfish.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, some
Why would
people
I
are chat. Some people are
Hell
chatty,
no, that's mine. What?
That's your ball?
Your ball?
That's your
That's
ball.
my ball. That's my ball. Yeah. Winner's ball, loser's ball, my ball. I'm not saying nothing. I will talk about a man being trash before I talk about a man being sick. Because then girls are
Negativity highlighter.
100%. Because girls try to move sick, like, oh, then next thing you know, she's following him. Fuck out of here, yo.
I have heard that. I've heard girls
Seen it.
say that.
I don't play
That,
those
like,
games.
when they talk
Those
bad
are
talk-
demons, bro. And then they go try and fuck the nigga who I told you was sick. Don't ever do that, bro. Are you crazy?
Girls are demons too, because they'll like go and they'll know it was trash or whatever, not have a great time, and then they'll go and build up that reputation. And like what Ariana Grande did to Pete Davidson when she said that his piece was so big, and then he said it ruined his sex life because every girl tried to fuck him and was expecting him to have a huge piece, and he doesn't.
He does it. It's crazy.
But that's what I'm talking
Reverse
about.
psychology.
If someone hypes you and says you're so sick, the other person is gonna have that expectation of you, and now you're kind of set to a standard that you have to.
Sick is not their version of sick.
It could be two different versions of sick. You
Different
could be a
strokes for different folks.
freakazoid,
Yeah.
and I'm not on that. And now you expect me to be on that, and I'm not. And now you're even more.
But there are
disappointed.
guys who are not freaks that are still good at sex, though.
Yeah, well, it's all subjective, but you know what I mean. That's just like
Just the ones who are freaks are better.
let's help this guy. Let's help.
Oh,
him.
sorry.
So,
Oh.
well, you guys are split. You guys are saying one more slap or cut her off.
I think you should allow one more slap.
All right, one more slap.
Yeah, run.
Don't do it.
One more slap.
Like
One more slap.
Might be the new episode title.
But like he said, it depends how bad it was. Because there are some people where it was like, and I would give them another chance. But there are some people where it's like, I would never do that again. So it really depends. If it wasn't that bad, run it back one more time. If it was just
He said C minus.
slowly.
So that's
Minus is pretty bad.
C minus is
still.
still a pass, though.
it is a
You
pass,
passed.
though. It's a pass.
You passed.
What's the fail?
F.
Yeah, but what's
Less
what
than
is the-
50.
Yeah, but like, what do you do to fail?
Like starfish, probably.
That's true.
God.
Because like we've
I
said,
think she was trying.
Yeah.
She didn't have the
It's
rhythm.
never
No,
been.
and then he said that she's just trying to do the talking.
Yeah.
I love that for everybody.
You gotta get that out.
It's
Yeah.
never been some nights you guys wouldn't mind a C minus.
Yo,
What?
wait,
nah, man.
Where do you mean, Mucho?
I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Everything is said,
That's an island right here.
Yeah, what do you mean,
This is
Mucho?
an island right here.
Tell us right now what you mean, Mucho.
See, at that point, fellas, I'm gonna tell you.
yeah.
At that point, if you're considering a C minus,
Yeah.
just beat your meat and go to bed. Bro. You're not that. You're gonna have some post nut clarity that's gonna be crazy. Bro.
You're not wrong.
you,
You're not wrong.
Vigorous
Go to
post-nut
bed.
clarity.
It's a dog.
Right,
I
man.
see you. You're
Yo, listen
wrong.
to this guy, man.
Good. So you never want to see minus. No.
Hey, man. You,
That's a bad thing.
A C minus for a woman, I think it's like the grade scale is different. A C minus for a woman is close to a fail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how bad you gotta be to be. Yeah.
Yeah, because if we're being realistic, like men pull a lot of the weight in sex.
Facts.
So a C minus for y'all. It's like, yo, like, what do you?
That's why
I still worked.
That's why girls being
no, relax.
girls
Nothing
being
don't do
trash.
shit.
It's
We
like
do stuff.
say that.
What'd you say?
I said that didn't mean shit.
Oh, they said women don't do shit. I'm like, all right, hold on.
I know. I never said it.
Oh, okay.
you've never seen that expression where they're like having like a girl being trash at sex is very hard because sex is like cold pizza where like even if it's bad, it's still kind of good.
Yeah.
So if you're bad, you have to really be bad.
Making a little bit of sense.
Nah.
I'm not on it. I'm not on it.
Nah, I can't. I'm not co-signing that one at all.
You should have cut from when it was bad, like while it was happening.
Are you kidding me,
Just
B.Rob?
end it.
That's funny.
You can end it.
What?
You can end it.
How do you end it mid game?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to do this.
I just don't
You
know.
would say,
Do this is great.
you would say that?
Halfway.
Yeah.
Mid-slap?
Yo, I'm tired.
I've aborted
God.
Are you
missions.
kidding me?
You could fake an injury.
I've aborted missions before.
Aborted.
You could absolutely fuck my leg. Yeah, like you could 100% fake an injury. Like fuck. Mash up right now. Just hold off.
Yo, I'm tired.
Or if you were drinking, you could get off the. I'm just
So mash
lit,
up,
bro.
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Let's just like go to sleep and try again.
You could fake an injury. Absolutely. All right, that's what I. Yeah.
Fake an injury.
I would definitely know.
No, you can't know.
I mean, that's never happened to me, but I would know.
Cramp.
I would know. What?
I got a cramp in my leg. What do you
No.
want me to do? Die?
All right, rub it out.
Rub it out. You can't rub it. You want me to die?
Rub out a cramp. What do you eat a banana? Stretch.
Yo.
So then at that point we're done. If I get to go eat a banana and stretch, this is over.
My banana's down.
I'm just gonna keep extending it.
Yeah.
Just chill for a couple minutes
Oh my god.
and then just fall asleep.
Hey.
Fall
That's
asleep is
insane.
crazy. You have to go home.
Anyways,
Yeah, you
sir.
gotta go home.
Yeah.
Next up,
Some
hope that
people
helps.
say one more slap. I say one more slap, but
Yeah.
some people say
You may have a
get it.
30-point game somewhere hidden in there. Who knows?
Hey, but don't do not too much on Mucho though. Mucho's funny.
Hey, humor
All right.
subjective.
Let's do another one. Okay. Oh God, here we go. Dear Relentless, am I tripping? My boyfriend and his sister seem too close. Dear Relentless Diaries. I'm a huge fan and literally wait for the episode to drop every week. I really hope you guys answer this one for me because I would love their feedback.
I just finished White Lotus.
For
too,
context,
so-
I'm a 27-year-old female. My boyfriend and I have been dating for over a year. He's the youngest and he has an older sister. Since day one, his sister has always been nice to me and so have his parents. I even hang out with them when my boyfriend's not around. I'm an only child, so I just want to know if I'm tripping or not. My boyfriend moved out with his sister and they've been pretty close, which I've seen in previous experiences. But it always just seems like he has to update her on when he's coming home or when he's leaving or when we go somewhere. He'll text or call her to ask if she needs anything or he'll pick her up something when we go to get food or if we go somewhere. They also do groceries with their mom every weekend. It seems like he never really has time for just us and always has something to do with his sister or his mom. I've been back and forth because I just feel like I sound inconsiderate, but also it just feels like his sister always has to be considered. I remember there was a time he said I could borrow his hoodie, but not to let his sister know, or she might say, why did you say no to me borrowing your hoodie when I helped raise you, and blah, blah, blah. She always texts him or calls asking when he's coming home or if he ate, and she even makes his coffee every morning and cooks for both of them. And if he wants to eat something specific, she'll make it. And something about that gives me the ick. Also, something about his sister gives me fake vibe, but I can't pinpoint it because I feel like I'll sound crazy. He said it's not him and his sister and mom are just naturally like that to him. But I need to know, is this something you guys would do with your siblings, especially for an older sibling? Oh my God, there's more. To add to this, if you guys end up answering, his sister also doesn't hang out with anyone much except the parents and him. So I don't know if that contributes to why she always texts him and asks him to drive her places on the weekend when they have groceries. She doesn't have much friends and really only hangs out with coworkers or their 1-2 cousins every once in a while. So that's from what I observed. Thank you again. I hope you guys answer this for me.
There you go. She has no friends. Simple.
But why is it the ick though? Like, why do you get the ick from that? Like,
She's also she said she's an only child, right?
Yeah.
So like
she's just not used to
family
relationships.
dynamic.
Yeah,
No,
the
that's
overly
definitely a big thing.
What, like the man's sister's not allowed to love him? Like,
no, but I can see how an only child that might be a difficult concept for them to wrap their head around, like that you have that much love for your sibling, you know?
yeah, but the ick.
Hey,
The ick 'cause she
yeah,
cooks.
she doesn't get it.
Like,
I
they
agree,
think
it's
it's
OD a
good.
little bit, but
Like some people just have very traditional families where it's like
That's
the women
traditional,
want
though?
to cook for.
sleep.
This sounds traditional. It's not. It's a little OD. No.
No,
I think it is a little OD.
I'm talking about this one specific part of it about
Okay.
her cooking for him all the time and stuff. Like,
Okay.
Some people's family, like the women in the family, are just that's what they do.
Because she even said it. It sounds like that she had to play a really big part in raising bro, right?
But I feel like certain things. Okay, there's certain things that I get. Like if they live together and I'll be home later. Like I get that. Like letting you know, I'm not home or I'll be home. I understand that. If like, for example, if they're going to like get food quick, I understand asking like, oh, if you know your sister's home, like, do you want anything? I understand that because I would do that with my whoever I live with too. The hoodie thing, I don't understand. Because I wouldn't care if my little brother gave his girlfriend his hoodie. That to me is kind of weird. The cooking for him is not weird because it's like, I'm cooking breakfast. Do you want some? Maybe every morning. The coffee thing, I'm not doing that every morning, bro.
Didn't she say all his meals though?
I think she said just breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
she made
it
it sound like she's the soul, like makes all his food and stuff.
There's some things that are a little like, okay, that's OD.
And then like her sister's lame as hell.
His sister.
Yeah.
She has no friends. We said
Lame as hell is crazy.
I feel like women are possessive over their men. Like moms are possessive over their sons, sisters are possessive over their brothers, and girlfriends are obviously possessive over their boyfriends. So oftentimes men have to go through that clash of like trying to, especially if they're moms and sisters and are in their lives, like to like mesh them together, because it absolutely always is like a battle right away. Of like who's more important to who and who gets this, and women that are girlfriends are trying to take these like the son and brother out of their normal routine to like start something new. So maybe that's just kind of what.
Have you ever heard like the saying, a daughter is a daughter all her life, a son is a son until he takes a wife?
I've never heard that.
You really?
That makes sense though.
Yeah. My family says it all the time. But it is true.
Yeah.
I feel like when you are a man, you kind of have to choose up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
So
who
this
you
guy
choosing?
should.
Who are you choosing?
Like my girl, like my dude.
Your wife or your like?
I mean, naturally you have to choose your wife. Because like you're starting a family.
Yeah.
So like
You should be spending more time with your girl than,
naturally, like you have
than
to.
your sister.
But there's like
What? Am I?
No, facts.
That's true. It's true.
You just said it in a funny way.
It's true. It's
If
true.
they live together, that might not be the case.
It sounds like outside of that, they be.
Yeah. So I think it could be just a combination of like the family has that type of thing where like the women are really close to him on top of his sister having no friends. Like if he's her only friend, then and he feels like he's indebted to her, he might feel like he has to, stick around for her.
But even my little cousins who's like my brother, like certain things I'm just like, I'm not doing, yo. Like
But you have friends.
You don't live with them. No, I don't live. We live very close, like literally like next door. Yeah, I get that too. But I feel like as he gets older, like he needs to have his free. Like if he was younger, for sure. But like he's gonna be 18, so now it's like, I'm not.
Get some woman. Yeah.
No, he's not gonna get any women. He's still in high school.
You said he's almost 18?
Yes, he's still in high school,
Turn
grade
up.
12.
Grade 12?
Oh, okay.
No, we were doing it grade 12.
Hey, nothing. There's nothing that he's doing.
Oh, your little cousin? Boy cousin?
What were you?
You know what he's getting into. Grade 12? From all grade 9.
What were you doing in grade 12? Okay. Now times that by 2.
To be honest, I wasn't really doing. I lost my virginity in grade 12, but like I was traumatized.
There you
I was
go.
at multiple times. I was like, "What the hell was that?" I didn't have sex for like a year or two.
Yeah, but like he's gonna
So
obviously go
cheese.
through the same experiences.
Nah, you better not be doing that shit, yo. I already told him.
He is, for sure.
He's doing the shit.
Zoe said no.
Can't talk about it on our podcast.
Hell no, you should not be doing none of that shit. But anyways, to give her advice, I think, it's. I would keep one, maybe like bring it up softly,
Yeah,
like
just communicate that.
yeah, just be like, I noticed, like I maybe tell you I'm only child, I don't really get it, like this feels interesting, or like things that you've noticed. Nothing. There's no
You don't
harm
have to
in
diss him.
communicating
Like,
it.
just say that you kind of feel uncomfortable with the dynamic.
Yeah.
And if you could just explain like why things are the way they are,
Yeah.
then you might get it.
I think I get
This
that.
sounds salvageable.
Yeah.
Ain't no problem. Unless his sister's like secretly in love with him, and then we have a problem.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, there's the undercurrent of that I didn't want to say, but
Yeah.
let's hope not.
That's a thing, though.
I know, but
You guys saw White Lotus?
Yeah,
I just finished that. Yeah.
You guys didn't see White Lotus?
yeah, but I'm almost done, so just relax.
Oh, wait, you're on season 3?
Yeah.
You didn't see the weird part yet?
I did.
Oh, so why you?
But I don't know. I'm scared of spoilers. I don't know what you're gonna say next.
Did you see the part I'm talking about with the brothers?
I did.
Okay, so I can say it. You watch White Lotus? Okay, well, if you're, I don't know.
I won't.
Okay, there's a scene. Okay,
heard
so
enough.
I'm gonna spoil it. People who didn't watch season 3 of White Lotus. The brothers had like this weird dynamic, kinda, or like the younger brother was kind of like trying to get approval by like both his older siblings because he had a older sister and an older brother. But like his older brother trying to like coach him, you know, like, oh, like go to the gym, be macho, like get bitches type shit. So they were trying to swerve on these other girls at the resort, right? So the brother thinks that they're like running like a two-man. It ends up being a literally 2-man and 1 girl with the brother. And the brother's like drunk in the bed. The other younger brother's getting it in, but he's like jerking his older brother off.
All right, that's Relentless episode 20.
You guys, did you watch White Lotus?
You just took all the energy out there.
You could have explained it a little.
What, better? That's literally what happened.
I know.
I was shaking my head because I knew where she was gonna go, guys.
Yeah, I thought she'd be a little.
stop it.
Yeah, I tried to.
But that was the best season, though. See, that
Bro, why
season,
did like why?
He said, what you mean by that?
like,
I don't know if it was the best.
obviously came. Maybe not. I think it was maybe like number 2, if not number 1.
So
Okay.
why
Season
can't
3.
shows just like have regulars like?
Thank you.
Come on, bro.
They be trying to go viral.
Just
bro.
just standard storylines where things don't have to get weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. I won't lie.
It was
Now it's-
really weird.
It
Like,
was
come
super
on,
weird.
You
bro.
not need to make that.
It was super weird. But like, it added like something to the
What
plot.
that didn't
though.
add nothing.
What did it
That
happen?
add nothing.
You don't like something that makes you so uncomfortable. You want to like keep watching. Like,
No,
what the hell's gonna happen?
no.
I turned off.
No,
You turned it off. Don't lie.
no.
I got you. I looked away. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Hell,
But I
look
want to know what
away.
happened after. Like, yo, how you gonna approach bands?
Okay.
Next episode. You know.
No, you finished the episode.
Sick.
You didn't finish the
Oh, no.
episode, Mucho.
That scene was that the last scene?
I don't. It was kind of like in the middle. It's kind of. Remember, he's having flashbacks of what happened because remember he was drunk. So he's trying to piece it all together.
What's the last Dear Relentless?
I went to the video essay breakdown and got like I didn't need to watch it.
Anyways,
They're depressed.
all right, let's do our last
Cheesing
topic.
people.
Last
Wait,
topic.
I have a question. I
Yeah.
have a bone to pick with all of you guys.
Okay,
A serious bone to pick with you guys.
I'm scared.
But I don't know if I should do it now or should I wait? Should I just do it now? Since we're here?
Yeah, do it.
What?
So I watched your podcast. You guys do a great job, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
And I listened to you guys say that Vybz Kartel
Yeah.
should go to history.
Wait, I never said that. Don't look at him. Look at him.
Vybz Kartel can do history for 20 nights. Back to back to back to back. But you guys said this before he got out, though.
Yeah.
So now, what's your opinion?
Yeah,
Oh,
we spun it back.
recanted.
So where are you saying?
Rocket Center.
Okay,
All
because
of
I
it.
hear you saying Scotia Bank and
He could do Scotia.
Scotia. What, 2 nights, 3 nights?
I think 2. He
I
can
think
do
he
2
could do
back
2.
to back.
If
Oh.
he could do Barclays for 2, he could do Scotia for
So
2.
he could do, but he could do Rogers.
Once.
If you could do Scotia twice, why couldn't you do Rogers?
That might be pushing it. Rogers.
He might. Ooh, I mean, Post
Rogers.
Malone.
Vybz Kartel?
Post
Rogers.
Malone just did Rogers, and I didn't even think
How much
Post-
people is Rogers?
It's
About
it's
50.
double. It's
40,000.
about double.
About
It's about
50.
double.
40,
40 to
50,000.
50,000.
It's not even actually double. It's less than double. He could
Sold
sell
out
out
or just
sell out. The man is selling out all over the world.
39,000.
You know what? I'll give him this. I think he theoretically could. It's just that like logistically he would never do a stadium tour. You know what I mean?
No, he would. I don't think he could do a stadium tour.
Even a one-shop stadium. I don't.
He could do a stadium in Toronto.
He could. He
You
could.
do a one-off.
I
yeah.
don't want him to do Rogers Center in Toronto.
Why?
It's too. You
doesn't
know,
have
like
the-
it's too.
he doesn't have
big.
the presence for
like,
that
No,
himself.
not even that. Stadiums like it ruins the essence of the show sometimes. You know what I mean? Like
'Cause there's so
sometimes
much people?
because there's so many people, and like you're looking at the screen, and the person looks so small on the stage. It'd be like you lose like the intimacy. Like you like
sound's hard to get
Scotiabank,
right,
to me,
too.
I like Scotiabank as a big venue.
But
how
you
much
want, you
people
want,
is Scotiabank?
About
it's
25.
about
It's like 20
20
or 20,000.
It's like 20, and then
25.
honestly, the way they section it off for artists at Rogers Center, it's like it's less than 40,000.
It's 39, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Because I feel like Scotiabank, a lot of people would go to both nights. I don't know if would be 40,000 new faces.
You don't think that there's 40,000 people that would come to a Vybz Kartel show in
In
Toronto?
theory, yes. But do I think 40,000 people are dropping the bread to do so? No.
Absolutely. He's never performed here, ever.
Yeah. But think about how expensive those tickets would be too.
They would be expensive.
Off
People
rip,
have to
I
be
don't
able
think
to.
so.
People have to be
They'd
able
be
to
expensive.
afford
All
that.
of his
Bro,
tickets, all of his tickets are
Barclays
expensive.
tickets
yeah.
were racks.
All of his tickets
The
are expensive.
resale or on the first drop, like the
No, the
initial
tickets.
price, like
First
the
drop was a
standard.
couple hundred.
tickets
so.
were
That's
racks.
not bad for now for concerts.
A couple hundred?
Yeah.
300 for
Zoe,
nosebleeds?
the
That
get
is
in
For
expensive.
nosebleed,
the get in seat.
The
I don't
300
believe-
for nosebleeds is crazy.
standard. I don't believe standard 300 nosebleeds. Maybe reseller official platinum, but standard no.
So how much do you think,
What
if you were to assume how much the nosebleeds were?
standard price? I'd say about maybe like 150.
Hell no. The Baby did Rebel and the tickets were 140.
That's Rebel.
Exactly. So
I'm talking
saying,
nosebleeds at like the size of Scotia. Nosebleeds at Scotia would be about 150.
No.
Standard. Guys,
For who?
for Vybz.
No chance.
I don't think so.
Because even Rema just now, yeah, he didn't sell out, but that's about what the price was.
For what? Nosebleeds. Exactly.
No, but he didn't sell out.
And Rema
Vybz-
is not even close
yeah,
to the
Vybz-
same stratosphere as
Vybz
Vybz Kartel.
But all right, maybe 200 max.
Hey, we just gotta wait for
But
that
let's even
OVO
say-
Fest announcement.
Let's even say
Let's see.
200.
Oh, he's bringing Vybz for OVO Fest. Clap.
Yeah, that's gonna
That's easy.
I hope they
very
do.
confident, wow.
I hope they do the Rogers
Come on.
Stadium, like the new stadium. they
I
built.
think he would if he could, but you know.
What was that?
he's-
What was that? 50,000?
That's
The
about
new one?
Yeah, the new one's about
Let me
50,000
see.
people. Yeah.
Oh, OVO Fest should be there. That would be perfect.
Nah, y'all love that stadium
55,000
shit, man.
max
I
capacity.
hate it.
No. The new one, outdoors one.
Yes, it's 55,000.
But it's outdoors though. It's more like festival vibes.
Yeah, but I still hate that shit.
What?
Because it's too much people?
It's too many people. It doesn't feel like you lose the essence of the connection to the artist. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't go to like Coachella or something?
Nah, I don't like it.
Oh,
Like
you just
that.
don't like shit like
And
that.
I also
Standing
hate
in
when
the
people are
back.
pressed up against the gay and everyone's cush cut and people are wet and shit. Like fuck out of here, bro. I don't like that shit. Like that whole GA jump.
But what made the man them think history though? Like history's cap is 2,000 people.
See, I'm on record.
And he's
You could probably keep a dancer where they just do only Vybz Kartel music. He's not even there.
you could.
And they sell it out. Yeah.
I'm on record with saying I don't know like names and sizes of anywhere.
Fair enough.
I'm just thinking of somewhere, and I thought history. I don't know.
yeah,
what's
history's
like the
cap
biggest.
is about 2,000.
Yeah, it's
It's 2,500.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's if they're pushing it too.
Yeah, he could do history for over
20
a
nights.
week easily. So
20 nights is crazy.
20 days and 20 nights.
Calendar
That's
month.
funny.
You could do 20 nights of history with it.
He-
You could do 2,000 people a night. For sure.
Nigga
Absolutely.
would drop
Would
dead.
you do 20 nights of
No, because he died. No man could perform 20 nights straight. That's
20
dead.
nights straight is
But
crazy.
he could do that for sure.
Holy
But
shit.
nah, and the reason I even said that from the beginning is not because I didn't have faith in him. I didn't have faith that people were going to show out for him. So until I saw that people were like, oh, okay, people are actually serious, then I'm like, okay, yeah, now I get
enough.
it.
For
Like,
sure.
I would for sure go, but I didn't know that everyone else felt the same way.
He's
Fam, you have to
coming?
even think about it, fam. Like, they do Sands, and there's like 5,000-6,000 people at Sands.
Facts.
What is Sands
Sands
that party? Yeah.
They do, and there's like
in a
5,000-6,000
fucking
people at
parking light
Sands.
at
in the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, like real talk, and there's 5-6 grand there. So like, there's
Yeah.
no way, like, that
Yeah,
would be.
yeah.
Now we ate our words for that.
Yeah, but I said Scotiabank.
Oh, word. I ate my words for that.
I'm pretty sure I said he could do Scotia.
Scotia's
I think it
still
was
a
y'all.
little. Scotia's still a little like for me like.
Nah, you could definitely do 2 nights Scotiabank clear. And it's not.
He could do
it's one-
3.
It's one of those where it's not like, oh, I can find a ticket later. Like, it's blackout. You know
Yeah.
the ones where like you can still find a ticket? No, it's great.
You don't think you could do 3 nights there?
Why did he do 3 in New York?
They don't want to. They were both Ram.
Yeah. Like, they were like Cardi B,
talking
Busta
about
Rhymes.
theoretically,
Like
yeah.
they were all saying they've never seen Barclays like that.
Like
Like
that?
artists
Okay.
who performed were like, yo, we've never seen it like that.
But is there more Jamaicans in New York than Toronto?
Population
yeah,
for
there's
sure.
more
Well,
people,
think of the
yes.
population of New York.
So I'm saying then, Like,
But I think vibes
we gotta calibrate a little.
I think vibes here, it's even more than just Jamaicans. Like
Yeah, it's
African
way
people
more
are gonna go.
Africans.
White people
White
be
people.
there. Like it's
yeah,
gonna
and
be
people
more.
people from all over Canada, Montreal,
Yeah, Montreal people coming,
Vancouver,
yeah, yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
everyone's
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
coming
true.
out.
That's true.
You might even get some Buffalo. Like people still might come.
For
There's
sure.
100,000 more Jamaicans in New York than Toronto.
Wow.
In total?
That's
That's not
There's
that much.
100. It says there's 140,000 Jamaicans in the GT in Ontario. 200,000 in Ontario, actually, and then 250,000 in New York. So actually 50.
That's not that much
Yeah.
of a difference for the difference in population size.
But also,
total.
we got a
this
lot
is
of y'all.
just Jamaicans.
Why you say it like that?
No, you want to be Jamaican so bad.
Also, it's just Jamaicans. Like that's not counting the other
That's what I'm
islands.
saying. The
Yeah,
other
yeah. Oh my
islands,
God.
Trinidadians, like think about the Caribbean whole.
All the other
West
small
Indies
islands
and
are
whole.
pulling.
Sorry, my bad. It is 140,000 Jamaicans in Ontario. There's 200,000 in all of Canada, which is kind of crazy. That majority of them.
Yeah, everyone's over here.
Yeah, I think that's the jarring statistic there. Yeah.
Y'all might not going to.
Yeah, but But Drake is gonna pull the strings.
That would be dope.
Drake wants to uphold his status, which he will. But I'm saying Drake loves to be the center of everything, rightfully so. So he's gonna be the man to bring Vybz Kartel. He's not gonna let no other man bring Vybz. Are you crazy?
I don't think any other bag could.
That's true too. Drake has to have his name beside that. Easy.
But if
No
you
way.
were Vybz Kartel, would you want your first show in Toronto to be someone else's show?
If you need a connect to get here, it doesn't matter.
He doesn't need it. He could get here though.
No, with his criminal.
No, he could get a.
Isn't he
That,
going
that,
to
that's
Texas?
white. That's how he got the American visa.
Nah, he already had it.
What, his American visa?
Yeah, he visited America before.
Yeah, that was in like the early 2000s. That's
Somebody tried to break it down to me like he had some type of visa in America before, and he had some type of visa in the UK before. So it was
just
easy to travel.
reinstated it. Yeah.
Nah,
but to
that's not
apply
how
for a new
visas
one-
work. That's
I
not how
don't know.
visas
I
work.
don't know.
Nah, you're 100%. You have to get a new visa.
But Canada's hard, yo. Like they even like Chris Brown's ass in here. Chris Brown didn't put no man to agree.
But he has active charges for real.
Sorry. Allegedly.
He
But didn't.
has real charges though. Like
Who?
Chris Brown, right? Like doesn't
Vybz
he have?
doesn't have real charges.
Well, what was the decision there? Was
Are you
it
talking
wiped
about-
completely? Like the murder charge? Like was it?
I don't know if it was
completely?
wiped completely, or I don't know if they were just like, man, it's fine. I don't know.
Yo, if they threw that case away, then I think he should be calm still. Because
I don't know. Canada's strict. Like Canada's really hard to get into. People don't realize how hard it is
Yeah,
to
it's
come
hard
into
to come
Canada,
into here.
especially as a Jamaican. We're like the only island left where you still need a visa. No, dead ass.
Is it?
Really? Yeah, they wiped it for a lot of islands in the West Indies except for Jamaica. That's why. Remember, it was a rap coming. They're like, there was a list of bare islands that North Carolina. Jamaica wasn't on that list. Yeah, it's still struggle to get here still. So,
He's an extraordinary person though. Like they should
Yeah.
they should probably just grant that. Like,
no, I hear you, but Drake's gonna have to pull. Lil Wayne could even come here for so long. Like Drake's gonna have to pull strings.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, if I'm Vybz Kartel, I might want my first appearance to be my own show.
But if you need the embassy to pull strings with the Canadian government, you're gonna take it
Yeah,
because it's still your name at the end of the day. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But that's what's gonna be.
he probably get his
Selling
own.
a
He
lot
probably
of
get his own
tickets.
date.
Yeah, he'll probably get his own date for sure. Like
Like they'll probably give him.
Drake's
his own
gonna
day.
step out, do a long speech.
It'll be like the.
Give him the most exaggerated
Yeah.
dab
It'll be like
before
the
This
he
has been my brother. Like, yeah, like
It'll be like the party concert where it's like half him.
no, I think he will do a straight night. I don't think Drake will even touch the stage other than his speech.
Yeah, I don't. Vybz, you kind of have to leave him alone.
Yeah, he definitely. It's not gonna be like Jason. Come, are you crazy? Nah, he has to let him slide. There's no way.
See, they're gonna have to bend the rules for wherever it is though, because you gotta have the essence of Jamaica. You gotta let people in with the lighters and the. The
Are you out
fire.
here?
They're not letting.
They're not letting
They're not allowing any of that.
for Barclays?
Are you?
The Barclays was inside. If it's outside, you gotta let the man in with the hairspray.
No
and the fire.
chance.
There's no chance in hell they're letting
No
bands in there.
chance. No chance.
But people are gonna be scared. of
Won't
that
let you in with a
concert.
bottle of water. Fucking
Yeah, exactly.
a spray Lysol
Spray
bottle.
Lysol bottle, a got to be and a lighter. Are you crazy? There's no way, man, they're letting you inside with
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
that. But I think they should keep it at Budweiser though. I love OVO Fest at Budweiser. I hate
Yeah,
when they move
classic.
it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at Scotiabank. I don't want it at no stadium.
That makes it too.
Listen, survival of the fittest, yo. Get your ticket.
And
Those tickets.
17,000 people.
That's enough.
Is that what it is?
you're saying that 50,000 people will come see this show. Then it's like what? Like 5,000 people that are all Hunger Gamings for
Yeah.
this fucking ticket? Like, nah.
Well, 16,000 at
madness.
Budweiser.
Can
It'll
you
be
imagine how much of the friends and family passes are going to get passed around at the gate of Budweiser for the Vybz Kartel show?
Yeah.
What?
What do you know about pass around the
Well, because I was there live. I had to get in by any means necessary. I had to get in by any means necessary.
Wait, what was this?
OVO
OVO.
Fest. What year was it? 'Cause we were there. We
20
went 2023? The last one.
Yeah, whatever
We
the
didn't do
last
one.
one
2022.
was.
The last
one
one.
The
Wait,
Young
came
Money
out?
one.
Yeah,
It's the
Young Money one.
You got to pass the lanyard
Bro.
to the gate. You put it on. You walk
won't
through.
lie.
You get to sew it up.
They were running a liquid. Listen,
You guys are
Ali,
drunk.
I know we might be airing it out, but like, listen, I
They
was
know
there.
what's going on.
Yeah, literally, he said, yo, rotate. Guys, walk, rotate. When I saw Tresor.
I wonder how much money they're like willing to lose for that stuff. Because them type of things, you go into friends and families, 85% BBLs that didn't pay a cent.
That's not
Because
true.
you would have got like, that's at least 20 bands worth of tickets.
Damn. It's
That's
worth
not,
it for
but
the
my
vibe.
thing is like, it's Drake. Like, he could eat 20 bands worth of tickets.
Yeah.
Like, he pays to do the overage of like the cutoff. Like, he doesn't care. Like,
Yeah, it
you
doesn't
think-
affect the bottom line.
Government used to give him money to do OVO Fest.
yeah.
Because it generates so much tourism.
Yeah.
Really?
100%. So,
Man.
we'll see. Watch, it's going to be Hunger. They're going to announce it's going to be Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Hunger Games. And he announced it at Central C's. How do you guys feel about that? I don't like that he did that.
Where should he
You know,
think it's a
sometimes I just
problem.
feel like just let the artists have their moment at their show. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
No.
No?
Because the crowd is going to be excited.
Yeah.
Excited. They
Central
probably
C-
got more lit after
Yeah,
that.
Central C is glad that Drake
Drake's
is bringing
here.
clout to this show. Like,
Yeah.
everybody wins.
Yeah, everyone wins.
There's way more eyes on Central Show now that Drake was there than if he wasn't.
I guess. It just felt so like,
Yeah.
damn. I mean, I get performing. Okay, cool. You know, you come out, it's your city, you perform. But then, like, to be like, hold on. I haven't said this, but, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going to focus on Central C no more, bro.
He be
No
off
one,
them-
but think about it. No shade to Central C. No one posted videos of Central C at that concert, though. All the headlines were Drake
Jesus.
announces OVO 2025 at Central C concert.
Your name's
no
still
footage
included,
of Central
though.
C.
At that level, no press is bad press. At
Yeah,
that
your
point,
name's still
like,
Yeah.
included. So
Yeah.
I think it was.
All right, if y'all
his
say
ego's
so.
high.
Anyways, we're wrapping it up. Feel
Yeah,
good?
we're about there.
I mean, there's like a few topics left, but we don't need to talk about. I don't need to talk about Taz Angels.
Taz Angels are back, guys. That's the whole time.
Anyways, shout out yourself. Do your last round. Don't mess it up. Get people to do the time. They're like, follow me. You know,
Well, first and foremost, July 4th,
there you go.
EST World. We're at Axis in Toronto. It's going to be lit. Aside for that announcement, I have a European tour coming up in October.
Wow.
So that's going to be exciting. I want to give out the exact dates yet, but Europe, get ready. And yeah, follow me on socials, b.rob.est. Stream all the music. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you guys for having me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're outside this summer.
Yeah. And
We'll
you're
see
gonna be
you July
here.
4th.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't try to move and be sick.
What you say?
I said, don't try to just disappear and not
No,
you
never,
imagine
never.
just Miami all summer. And like,
Yeah,
you gotta
we're in
show.
Miami for sure, but yeah.
All right, man. Thank you
Sure.
for coming. This was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
A lot of mercy. This AC is like on and off. Can you please open that window?
Was it on it at all?
It was on.
Was
yeah.
it?